and gentlemen, welcome to Red Grim Gaming! I'm Leon, and we're going to do a media share thing today. I'm here joined with my two dogs, and my lovely wife. That says Lily if anyone can't read it. It doesn't say Jelly or something.
Can't see my eye.
No, you cannot. But today, we're going to be...
Do this. You just scared him.
Atlas.
Like, a lot.
Aw. Hey, Atlas. Who's Flap? Buddy. Just, why do you have to do that? Literally on the intro.
They always do it.
Area. Okay. Okay. So, today we're going to be making up for the anniversary stream plan we had, but didn't really have the, setup to do. And we are going to play a bit of the Newlywed Game. Of sorts. Yeah, it's going to be fun. On all the buns. We'll see if our camera... It looks fine. I think we're okay. So I'm going to take us over to our brand new media share screen. Dum, dum, dum. And basically, this is the whole plan. This is the whole idea. Obviously we have like a YouTube channel open right behind us, and we're in a full screen videos. And today the plan was to just kind of do the Newlywed Game and just kind of have fun seeing how much 13 years really like embeds in your brain. So, sure, we're gonna test it. We're literally putting it to the test today, how much we know about each other. Okay, my Twitch is like acting up because I'm still gonna need, because we're still down to one screen because we're scrubs. And we're bad at this whole streaming thing.
I've got my Twitch.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I have the chat visible. There we go, there we go, there we go. Because I am doing a couple notes.
Good boy, we. Good boy. Rummaging toy box.
But basically, the plan. This is the whole idea. So we've been together for 13 years. That's a long time. Yep. I tried to have this. Been together for 13 years. We started this channel, I could almost say 2 years ago now. The like dead end of November. I think our first official like good stream was in. Yeah. And so it's been really kind of fun having you all here, all of you out there, chatters.
All of them.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I have fun interacting with people, even if you're just here to be a jerk. I still have fun with it.
No,
So
they are people, and that's
I
gross.
don't really take much issue with people. Honest. You're gross.
I am.
Are you? What way?
And I.
Thanks, bud. Trying to get things started. But yeah, if there's any like suggestions, need to knows, anything like that, because one of the things I do want to do in the future is just media share, where we're just gonna hang out and you guys can go in the Discord and just share YouTube videos you want us to watch, and then every once in a while I'm just gonna clean it out, start it over.
Fred's here.
Hey Fred, welcome to the stream. We're gonna do our anniversary thing that we had planned.
Also feel free.
Yeah.
If you guys want
to ask
questions.
a question. Yep.
We have the right to refuse the question.
Yeah.
Fred says, I'm not a cat.
It's a meme. There was a lawyer who accidentally got
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Hi, Fred. Sivwy coming in with a hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So basically, we're going to start with this 20 question video. We figured we'd do that, and then we'd go from there. One of the things I want to do in the future is make it so that the chat is mounted behind the media share, so that whenever the media share isn't in full screen, I can just make it disappear. I just go like this and be like, boop, and then the chat would be behind it, and we could work through with the chat on like I want to build like maybe a redeem for the channel that like redeem a question, redeem a something for the media share streams, and you guys can just kind of get in and participate as much as you want. I don't know how much you guys want to participate, so we're just gonna get started and hope it kind of takes off. And you guys get to have some obnoxious level of TMI. Hang on 1 second.
Fred says, "What's the airspeed?"
Well, I mean, we can do that one as a test run. So basically, so there's the question. It's not in the spirit of the Newlywed Game, but basically, we're gonna write our answers without showing each other.
And I just dyslexia is fun.
And because these are not the best whiteboards, we gotta write like really fucking huge.
Do with our camera.
I mean, your camera's pretty. Ready? I win. Red says, well, I missed the beginning of the stream, so I wasn't sure what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing the Newlywed Game, basically. So we got 20 questions preloaded. We're gonna start this.
Are you hogging the rag over?
I thought you were using the little eraser thing.
It doesn't work very well.
I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but these are like cheap dollar store.
They're cardboard.
Yeah, they're cardboard that have like a laminate over it.
Tipwee,
Cronovan, welcome to the stream.
I have a question.
Tipwee's got a question.
Also, you
Go
can
ahead.
actually figure that by... I know it's a joke, but...
The airspeed velocity
of an unladen swallow, yes. You can actually figure that out.
Well, the point of the... While Tipwee's preparing his question, the point of the scene was...
And Crovin's here!
Yay, welcome! He asked... The whole point is, like, you're on a cursed bridge, and you have to answer the 3 questions to cross. And it's like one of those classic questy things in medieval, like, fantasy. And if you don't answer the question correctly, you are flung by magic into the chasm and to your death. And that's how he wins, is he's just like, well... He's just like, you have to answer these 3 questions. He's, what's your name? King Arthur of the Britons. King of the Britons. What's your favorite color? It's blue. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? It's like, African or European? And the questionnaire guy goes, well, I don't know that. And it throws the questionnaire into the pit because there's a fun dissection of the joke. Do you two have the same dislikes and likes as you? Well, that's actually an interesting question and would lead into a lot of discussion. So,
say some would be the short answer.
Yeah, like you're never gonna be perfectly attuned to each other. We don't even like the same people, as it turns out.
You people.
We don't like the same taste in books or movies. We have.
I mean, we have some in
right.
common
We have
everything.
We have a. It's kind of like a Venn diagram of likes and dislikes. Yes. An easy way to put it. And if you don't know what I mean, it's just like
Liam just wants to draw on his.
I'm having so much fun that I have a board.
Fred says they don't like me.
What? Who doesn't like you? People? People don't like you? I haven't met any people that don't that. I drew it badly, okay?
Final Fantasy Nerd is here.
Hey!
Question for Leon: does the carpet match the drapes?
Oh, if you want to know. But it works like this.
There's a different website for that.
Yeah, that's the OnlyFans page, which you'll have to find. So like our interests are there, and they meet in the middle, and honestly, those circles are probably a lot tighter together.
I was gonna say, oh god, we're getting heckled already.
You've
We've been on here for like 3 minutes.
We haven't even started the Newlywed Game, so I don't have audio capture for this one. I may work that out in the future here. Actually, I could probably work that out right now if I really meant. If I really.
It's not that important for.
Not for the video we're watching today. Fred says, I'm sure he doesn't have pink carpet. Oh, Fred. You only knew, and please don't ever. So I'm going to full screen this video, because this is basically what we're going to be doing. Tibby asking, do you guys like mayo? We can answer that one before we... That's not how this works. All right. So, real quick, we're going to play the 20... Thank you for getting that shout-out out. Tipwee needs one, too. OnlyFans breadcrum boning.
I mean, we know the answer to that if we're answering the question.
Yeah. So the Newlywed Game basically asks a question that one of you knows the answer to, and the other of you actually has to answer in turn. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to play the question out, and we're gonna start one.
Are we gonna take turns, or are we both gonna answer the question for each other?
We're both gonna answer the question for each other.
Okay.
So here's the whole idea behind the video. If there's audio, I don't care. Thank you for getting them shout-outs out. So, it's asking what would your husband say is his biggest pet peeve. So this is how this works. She's going to have to write out what she thinks, and we're going to do it for each other. What is the other's biggest pet peeve? And then Sarah is going to guess what's on my whiteboard. Lily is going to guess what's on my whiteboard. I'm sorry, this is going to get very confusing. Because we're getting very personal now, and and so I'm going to write what I think her pet peeve is, or I'm going to write what my pet peeve is. You're going to write what yours is, and we're going to guess.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how this normally works.
Okay.
LMFAO, how dare you? I mean, you're friends with us on Facebook. You know my real name. You might even know my address by now, for all I know. How dare you dox her? I mean, to be fair, everybody doxed each other in the last Elden Ring stream.
But there's...
What is the biggest pet peeve that I have?
Now I'm trying to think of...
Yeah, I gotta write my own, don't I? I'm trying to write yours for some reason, even though I know what because I'm guessing in my head already. I'm like already answering the question. It's kind of hard to write because it needs to be big enough for you to read. What is said here stays here, says Tipwee. I mean, it's on the internet for all to see publicly. So hold on, I haven't written mine down.
I know, I'm just thinking because I had to think of my own, so now I have to take a minute to think of yours.
Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve? And feel free to play along with your own and try to guess biggest pet peeves. You guys are more than welcome to participate in chat and really get into it. I don't know why I can't figure out how to write this.
Panel's guessing biggest pet peeve for Leon.
I mean, I have a new one, I guess, but...
The boy says, we all know that some jokes aren't allowed for 2 reasons.
I'm having trouble, with my kerning. I can't, fit everything on this.
I mean, there's a whole list. If you get one of them.
It has to be the biggest, so you have to try to guess what's on the board to actually get points.
it's. I'm just gonna say, like, without spoiling, it's gonna be hard to guess because I have so many. Whatever's on my mind, like at the moment, is the one that bothers me the most. So.
All right, I've got mine written out.
Me too.
So basically, the game is from here. Now we have to actually. So if you guys want to try to come up with questions that match this format, or just ask questions in general.
So on the boards is what we said our own pet peeve is.
Yes. And now the other of us is going to guess very specifically, and we can even kind of switch back and forth between cam
Okay.
and the media share screen.
That's for Lee.
No, he's nothing. He's not a pet peeve of mine, I could honestly. So, it did ask for husband, so you got to go first.
Okay. I'm going to say your biggest pet peeve is that when things just stop working for no apparent reason.
Oh, that is a very good one, but it isn't my biggest. Not the thing that always fires me up. Because sometimes things stop working and I can just fix them and move on. But there is one thing. Are we doing the 3 guesses rule? How do we do it? How do we want to do this?
Nah,
Chat?
one and done.
One and done?
Because
Okay.
if you're not right, you're not right.
Fair enough. Get a little more light in here just in case it helps. Read the boards. But there is my absolute biggest pet peeve. Not saying what you mean, and that can pertain to so many things, from just the words you choose, like saying sorry when someone asks to be excused. That's not even an answer for that question. So either not saying what you mean and not meaning what you say, like somewhere in that is just, it's a thing that will always fire me off immediately. And so, race mine, and Lily gets no points. Big loser. Tiffany says, "Oh, I sometimes do that." I mean, it's not just that. So there's people who will say like, "Oh, well, I'm all for like people and respecting their boundaries," and then you go hang out with them and you're at a bar and they won't leave you alone about drinking, and you wanna be left alone about it.
Final says, "I'd love to know your big." Oh wait.
It's just all of me.
Now
Every
it's
part
your
of me.
turn.
Okay, so your biggest pet peeve in general is just people. You don't like people, and you don't like crowds, and you don't like being around. So, like, that's kind of where my guess is at, to be perfectly honest, is just sort of like being around people.
I mean, sort of. I put people talking to me.
Oh, more specific. Dang
I
it.
mean, we could just do this. Just say.
pull the media share back up here. So now that you guys kind of got a taste for what the questions are, I am gonna let the questions play, and if you guys can think of one,
Then we'll do that next.
Yeah.
Like,
so basically the whole point of the game is to test how well we know each other. So when your significant other cooks for you, would you say the food is spot on, or would you sign them up for cooking school? So this is our opinion of each other. So I'm gonna write my opinion of you cooking, and you're going to guess. Like, it's basically just yes or no. And
I mean, you can.
yeah, well, we can elaborate as we want to, but let's try to keep the answers on the board simple and far we get, if possible. All right. No, because I made you go first. I'm gonna guess your opinion of my cooking is no. I do.
That's true. I said it was spot on.
Yay!
My cooking is bad, but I don't think you would send me to cooking school.
I would, to be honest, Brent says you aren't playing this right. You should follow the question. Yeah, wait, what do you mean? The whole point is we're supposed to guess how well we know the other person. that up.
Final says, "Holy Lily, I feel that in my soul. I hate being in crowds now." And then Tipway says, "Easy, we are the same." Final. And then Fred says, "You're right. You should follow the question." And Tipway says, "I especially hate loud, obnoxious."
Well,
yes, and like drunk people, because people have like this excuse that when they're doing, oh yeah, they're drunk, and I'm like, I don't care if they're drunk. They're still responsible for their actions.
Fred says these questions are regarding the husband and not back and forth. Well, how do you guys feel? Are you liking the way we're doing it and just kind of adjusting it to fit, or?
I mean, we can just say when your partner, but partner instead of husband.
Did you ever? Yeah, I watched the Newlywed Game, Fred. I just figured we'd just kind of switch it up to just match it how we're doing it.
Tipway says yeah.
So what way of the question? Okay. Tipway likes this way. Final says this works for him. Yeah, we're not doing strictly like I forget who even hosted the show, to be honest. But we're not doing it strictly by the TV method. We're kind of trying out. I'm sure it changes to wife questions in a bit. It depends. We're gonna find out. But are they going to be similar questions?
But see, and like because we don't like.
Final says, "Did you ever see the dating game? They called my house once looking for my uncle." Whoa.
And also like some of the way these questions are directed, though, like implies kind of a certain stereotypical like gender role, which we don't have in our house. Like this is implying that your husband is probably bad at cooking, and I don't cook at all ever. Like the microwave and the toaster is like as far as I go with cooking. So
Final hitting it with the Bob Eubanks. Yes, that was the host of the Newlywed Game. Yeah, I remember watching a little. All right, small story. I remember watching a little like expose on old game shows and like their biggest deleted scenes, and just Bob Eubanks walking around with the old Price is Right host. Can't think of his name either, and I used to watch that all the time. But they're walking around together, and he's just like, and we'll get to the most embarrassing one just in a minute. Eubanks is like, it doesn't exist. It didn't happen. The whole show through, he's just insisting it didn't happen. And it just came down to, where's the weirdest place you had sex as a couple? Like, and the husband goes, yeah, I think probably like in the car. And his wife is just turning beet red because she wrote in the butt. Because they had two very different grasps of that answer.
Tipway says, "You know what I hate? People smoking. I don't like this. But on their property.
Like, I don't mind public smoking, but just like, get the hell away from the doors."
Well, and I was gonna say around here, actually, like not that many places uphold it, but it's actually illegal to like smoke of the entrance public building.
Yeah, right now. Final said, "To be fair, I've never had a girl that I've dated that could outcook me." So far, me neither. In my defense, and I don't think you're like it would be fun to have you surprise me one day, though.
And I can follow a recipe. If I really try, I could follow a recipe, and I can do most things. I really don't like it. And I don't want to do it. I would much rather like throw some chicken nuggets in the microwave and eat cook for an hour.
All right, moving on. Next question. Okay. Which of us spends more money, or do you spend money equal? So basically, it's gonna come down to just, is it you or is it me?
I mean,
Hell yeah. All right. Fred says that's not fair. The horses are expensive. Well, we're just talking. All right. Well, we can qualify.
No, it's just in general.
Who spends more money?
So I say what you that question. Yes. You're gonna say that I spend them.
Easily. It's easily you. Final saying Leon spends more. And LOL, yeah, cooking for me is a ritual. It usually involves me blasting tropical music, dancing in my kitchen while I get down on stove. Tropical music, no, but yes, I do the same thing.
So now you have to say what you think.
Oh, it's definitely you. It's easily all right. So we're 1-1.
But I will preface that and say the horses are expensive, and that's why I said that, because I don't buy a lot of stuff for myself personally, but I do buy a lot of stuff.
You buy a lot of extra for them too. You
Yeah.
spend money.
I do spend a lot on them. And Final says, Lily, what do you spend on? The horses.
The ponies.
Yeah, and
I mean, I spend, like, here's the thing. I'll put it this way. When it comes to, like, our living arrangements and money and stuff like that, as much, like, I've never out-earned Lily.
Yeah.
So
I spend my own money.
I out-earned
on my horses.
I out-earned you maybe for, like, 2 whole years of our relationship. Maybe
like
3.
in the very beginning, when I had, like, a little part-time job.
I probably out-earned you at Rollcraft and some
Not
of the
when
places
I worked at
I worked.
Dillard's.
When you got to Dillard's, I probably only out-earned you for the first, like, year.
And then I got promoted.
And I stopped doing all the overtime.
Well, and I got a raise at my position after that position.
And then I haven't out-earned you since. So it's just... So, but the thing is I seem to always have money for groceries and stuff and cover things. And Lily's like, I ain't got money for nothing. And I'm like, how did you run out of money? I didn't run out of money. What the fuck? Anyway.
I mean, to be fair, I just on like regular like, cost type stuff. I mean, the horses cost me over $7.
Oh yeah.
So
Tippy says, "What is the favorite food that you like to eat?" So, all right, we can insert that question. Inserting the question. I'll go to Big Cam every time we insert.
So it's I have to guess what
my favorite food is, which I'm gonna write on my board, and I gotta guess what your favorite food is, which you're gonna write on your board.
This is a hard question for you because I don't like. I like a lot of things. The thing that you could eat all the time, no matter what.
Yes.
Let's like say that.
Yeah. And write on a board without eating the whole board. Mine's easy.
Are we keeping? Should we keep? Somebody keep score.
It's 1-1. But yeah, we can keep score. It's more fun that way. Fred throwing a guess out of, for me, being mom stuffed shells. A solid guess. Go on then.
So there's 2 picks for you. There's pizza rolls, and then there is your mom's stuffed shells. But I say the stuffed shells beat out.
Stuffed shells. Stuffed shells all day long. It just... And then for you, that's really tricky, because you just don't, like, enjoy things. So...
But there are a few things that, like, no matter what, I could eat.
I know, but they're kind of the generics of everybody, and they're all kind of the same. Like pizza. I don't think you'd ever say no to pizza. Desserts for sure. So
1-1.
Were you guessing, or are you telling us your favorite?
And then Fred's, yay, thank you.
You're very welcome. It is. It's my favorite. There will come a day.
Pretty good.
There will come a day when I'll have to make them myself for my birthday.
Because you know I'm not going to learn how to make them.
It'll be the worst day ever. So the first half of the vid is the wife section, then it flips to the husband section. Yeah, and we're just kind of crisscrossing them anyway for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always, like, you'll eat pizza. Waffles any day of the week.
What do I like? I eat waffles because they're easy. But
anything I make you. Not salad. Nobody's answered fucking salad. You point out somebody who...
Fred says, Tipaway said guessing. Then Fred said, hope not for a long. Fred said Lily can't.
Chocolate.
You're kind of close. I said Oreos.
I'll leave it to chat. Chat can decide whether or not that counts. Because I didn't think I was trying. Like, obviously mine's specific, but mine's also obvious.
But Fred was close as well.
Possible question: what did your partner wear on your first date? Ooh. I can remember what I wore. Sure. And then how do we do that? Fred says it doesn't count. If we says there is Oreo chocolate, so we got 1-1. Final, we need a tiebreaker. Does it count? Doesn't count. Cookies would have been more relatable. All right.
Yeah, if you had said cookies, I would have counted.
Yeah. All right.
So
fair enough. We're 1-2. You're winning. If that's a thing we care about.
My memory is also really horrible.
Goldfish over here. Yeah. No, we gotta be careful not to reveal too much. In case it becomes a question. Finals possible question. What did your partner wear on your first date? I know what we did for our first date. I remember exactly what we did.
It depends what you count as our first date, though.
What was it? Well, no, we had a first date. The first time you and I said, let's do this. And I remember what it was.
There's still more than one thing that I could count as that.
And I remember what
but I know when we agreed upon, when we talked about it, that we would consider a relationship started from.
Yes. We had where we established our anniversary and everything. Final says, yeah, that's usually more memorable. That's why I didn't ask you what you did. Well, actually, funny enough, I'm curious to know. So if you want to go by our anniversary, okay.
I mean, that's pretty easy. And so we're writing what?
All right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna stop that. We're going with the other one.
There's 2 other ones.
What do you mean? There's 2?
There's 2 other ones.
Is there 2?
Yeah.
All right. So, spoiler alert. What we put our anniversary date down is because it's actually the first thing we actually did together, decidedly as a couple. Because until then, we were just friends and we were hanging out. I'd go watch you ride at the barn, and we'd just kind of just chill. You'd come with like the group and kind of sit around a lot. You came to New Year's that year for the first time and hung out. And after that New Year's, we went to prom together. No way we forget what the fuck we were wearing at prom.
I mean, not that there aren't like a million.
Anyway, we had mixed matching boutonniere and corsage because our favorite color collectively purple. So I'll admit I don't remember who wore the red and who wore the blue. I think I wore the red. Okay, you think it's the other way? I had the blue. Fair enough. So we wore.
You had a gray vest on.
Silver, but yes. It was very specifically silver. I was just looking at my prom pics today. Yeah, Tipway hitting that watch and follow time. Final also said you just loved how she bounced on a horse.
Okay, first of all, you don't bounce on a horse. Just so you know. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. But there are some other suggestive movements.
So we had after prom, we had one definitive date that I specifically remember what we did. And I guess if we're not answering that question, it comes down to what are the other 2 you have in mind?
Well, there's 3 separate
potential starts to our relationship.
Yeah. I know the one we agreed upon, obviously, but
I remember very exactly what was the first time I said, do you want to, like...
I know what we did.
Because I made a comment about what you want to... Yeah, what do you want to do for our first date? I remember specifically saying that, and I know what we did completely, to be honest with you. And I remember what I wore.
That
What
makes one of us.
what we wore is a very difficult thing. LOL, pick one and then guess what you were wearing. Well, because you could ask the question, what did we do? We could start with that one and then move on to what we wore.
Okay. I mean,
What do you consider a first date?
and we're excluding prom.
Yes.
Okay.
Excluding prom, because that's obvious. Okay. What do you consider our first? Well, actually, this is where it doesn't work, and Fred's right, because if we have the same answer, then we have the same answer written on our boards. Because you're gonna tell me what the hell you thought our first date was.
Yeah. And then you're gonna reveal.
Well, and I can just answer your answer for what you wrote on the board.
But we already wrote them.
Right. Fred says, you think you'd remember, I probably paid for it. No, I definitely paid for that. For sure. All right, then.
Going to the movies.
Yeah. So I think we just both get a point. Or nobody gets a point. We went and saw X-Men Origins Wolverine, of all films. To be our first date. Oh, my mom refused to pay for my first dates. And now it's a matter of what we were wearing. I actually think I do know what you... Are we going to try to remember for ourselves or the other person? It's such a tough question. Great movie, says Final. I mean, it was fun. I was mad when we left, though, because I was a Deadpool fan already.
What's your favorite watch?
Okay. What's the other person's favorite film? That's a good one.
You were a junior in high school. What did you pay?
I earned money either working for Dad doing stupid shit, and Dad would pay me for things.
He says, I never went on a date.
The neighbor would pay me for things.
And Final says, for each other. Down to the color of the socks.
No.
I mean, I can tell you that one.
Alright, so for each other. So I'm writing what she wore, and she's going to try to remember. Okay. That's what we'll do. I'm not going down to the color of socks. I don't have that much room on here. I do know one thing you wore, because I remember.
Oh, it's a voice of... My marker's failing!
What?
I think because I'm writing up.
I do remember two. All right, I remember two very specific things, and I'll let you have it if you can get one of them that you for sure wore that day.
Well, I'm guessing.
No, yeah.
I'm
Well,
writing down what you wore.
No, that's not what I said. Or yeah, you are. You should write what I wore that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have to guess what you think you wore that day. So I'll go first. I was definitely wearing my black denim jacket that day. I remember that. I was wearing one of my multiple skull t-shirts because I always wore one. And I was, if I remember right, I was wearing like some cargo pants because I always wore cargo pants. I had boots, I had rings, I had a necklace on that day. And I think that was it.
That's specific.
But
I did forget the black jacket, but I said black cargo pants.
Yep.
Your Fender t-shirt.
I probably,
black socks, because you always wear black socks.
I didn't go down to your socks. Because that's not fucking fair, because you wear, like, multicolor socks and you don't wear the pairs to them. So, your turn. That one counts, by the way. I got that.
I have no freaking... So I'm gonna say that I was wearing my black and teal trip pants. I probably some black t-shirt.
Fred says, but her socks would be mismatched. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we were.
Yep. There's one other very key thing. I probably shouldn't be helping her.
I mean, like my black.
I just kept it to top and bottom.
I don't know what I'm at.
So I'm gonna leave it up to the chat if she gets it. But you wore your red-lined leather jacket, and yes, you wore those trip pants.
Those were my favorite ones.
One of the main reasons I remember exactly what you're wearing. I'm like, haha, trip pants.
They're black with like teal piping on.
Yeah. So, Final said, on my very first date, my girlfriend wore an Iron Man shirt, some blue jeans, purple socks, and some white K-Swiss shoes. I wore all black with an Iron Man shirt. First date was an Iron Man movie, if you didn't guess. Nice. Oh, and Silk Armani boxers. They were so stuffed. Ooh, saucy. Now, does Lily get the point? We left it up to chat if I got my point.
I mean, it was pretty close. I didn't put a jacket for.
Yeah. Fred's saying yes, because favoritism.
You're her son. I'd say we should both get the point. That was a long time ago.
It was a very... That is literally 13 years ago now.
Yeah.
Because it was the weekend after prom that we were just like, we did prom like Friday night, and then that very next weekend I was like, so what do you want to do for our first actual date? And
The boy says, does Oreo count as a chocolate? No.
Final saying 2 to 3. So they're giving us, yeah, they're just doing the whole point.
And Fred says, my first date was 42. And Final says, what did you date wear?
Well, let's see. 42 years ago. So they were probably in like a paisley tie-dye. Like
Paisley
button
and
down.
tie-dye.
Yeah. Like that tie-dye color scheme, but paisley patterned.
Oh, God.
Yeah. With like the big...
Bell-bottom
with
jeans.
like the, yeah, bell-bottom jeans. And like these big...
Fred says we were hippies.
I'm just saying. We weren't hippies, I mean. So he probably wore a Canadian tuxedo, all denim, top to bottom.
Alright, next question.
Yes, we wore bell bottoms. Ha ha! Whatever Hyde would wear in that 70s shirt show.
Fred says, sure. Fred says in jean jacket.
Yeah, the Canadian tuxedo. It's all denim. Alright, so we're gonna... I gotta remember I have a new key to hit. Pop the questions back up here. Did we hold on, did we have another question?
Oh. We answered everything.
Okay.
Fred says my bell bottoms are...
And you weren't a hippie. Alright. Coming down. Next question. What is one thing that you do that drives your significant other crazy? So, we're gonna... It's something I have to guess that I do that drives you nuts.
So I have to guess what I do.
No, you just write what drives you nuts, and I have to try to guess what it is.
So we're writing what drives ourselves.
We're writing our own pet peeve down, and the other is guessing. Tip we giving us favorite film. We'll get to that one next. I'm so bad at this.
Final says, possible question. have a song. What is it?
That is a tough question. We can go for it.
Kind of just two. Anyway, alright, we'll talk about it. Says I'm so invested in this stream.
That's why we thought it'd be fun. All right. So, what is the pet peeve? Your turn.
When I leave my dishes in the living room.
No.
Ah!
It's your fucking laundry that you also leave fucking everywhere. But it's not all my laundry, and it's not everywhere. There is laundry in my office. There is laundry currently in the bathroom. There is laundry all over the floor, in the basement, and in our bedroom. It's
in the basement.
Bullshit. It's your laundry, because when you leave dishes, you leave like one or two, and it's more because Winston gets at them and starts licking up your plates and shit.
I'm a messy bee.
But your laundry is everywhere. So my pet peeve to you, or your pet peeve for me,
yes,
leaving lights on, forgetting things on, probably be the number.
That's not the number one. It's a close second.
Oh,
Leaving the shower curtain open.
really? Why? You know we have to replace it eventually, right?
It makes me crazy, though!
There is no perfect system to save a shower curtain.
Literally a single second to just slide it closed. I go in the bathroom, and I don't know if you hear me, but I passively, aggressively, like, close it really loud. I'm like...
Final says, because it builds mold on it. Well,
exactly!
It builds mold on it because you get soap scum on it, and there is no way to remove it. Once it dries on, it's stuck there, and it will mold no matter what.
I clean the shower curtain, like, all the time, and I'll just clean it, and then you'll take a shower, and I go in there, and it's all crinkled up on the edge, and I'm like...
Like, there's no... Like, there's a reason they're really cheap, is all I'm saying. Alright, so back to the two questions that we had. We had one from Tipway, one from Final.
We had favorite film from Tip.
Alright. So we're gonna write our own favorite movie. And we're gonna give it the guess.
Python and the Holy Grail.
No. That's not even my favorite Monty Python movie. Weirdly enough. And Lily doesn't like Monty Python because she hates fun. Alright, so I go first? My guess for your favorite film is Black Beauty.
No, it is not.
It's not Black Beauty?
No.
Dear.
That's a good movie, and it's in my top 10, but it is not my favorite.
Oh, alright.
There's one movie that, like, since the first time I've seen it, I can watch it over and over again throughout the year.
My other guess would have been Gran Torino.
Oh.
Damn.
The Green Mile.
Oh, that is a good movie. That's really good.
It's my favorite movie. It's one of my favorite books.
He says Life of Brian. Life of Brian is my favorite Monty Python.
What it's called? You made me watch it. The Thing? The Thing!
John Carpenter's The Thing, yes.
Fred says that. Oh, Final says that's a great movie, and Fred says you've got mail, and mine too, and says.
See, and I think that's
says,
one of the things that keeps me from guessing it. Is just because it's so many other people's that I'm like I'm thinking of somebody else, and I feel it.
Final says, what do you call a fish that?
A fish that runs a mafia.
Fred saying, good job. Final says, my favorite would have to be Shawshank.
Shawshank is pretty great.
What do you call a fish? No, because I don't know.
Go on, Final. What do you call a fish that runs? And then we'll get on to, do we have a song? If so,
I know we like collaborated and decided on.
We did pick one, yes.
Yeah.
Because all right, so what we'll do.
Our actual song was.
So we're going to write them both, is what
Okay.
I think we should do. And we have to get them both to get the point.
And I'm horrible about like the type stuff. Like I could sing it, but
Fred says my favorite movie is Ready or Not and Red. Those are both great movies. Ready or Not is fantastic. None of you have seen Ready or Not. Find a way to watch it now.
And this isn't like an interpretation one. I feel like we could probably both.
Probably.
There's a yes or like a correct and incorrect answer.
Yeah, Red.
Actually, like.
It used to be my favorite movie.
Fred says yes, and
Yes.
John Malkovich.
Yes, he is. And they're not making more Space Force. I'm so mad about that. John Malkovich and Steve Carell is one of the greatest comedy team-ups of all time.
Final says, okay. I prefer Red 2.
Red 2 just lacks the I'll get the pig line. And it lacked the initial like shock value of what they were going for. But anyway, whatever. If you guys want to try to take guesses at what our song,
2 songs
yeah,
are.
I'll say one of them we decided was our song because the other one doesn't. The other one does not work as a song. Yeah. But if you guys but either way, feel free to type them out as much as you want. See, the thing is we just the first song I can do the little story based without spoiling.
Yeah. Well, we already have it written anyway.
So the first song is our first kiss. It was also at prom. And we were like, it's a perfect song for it because I got high by Afro Man. It's Final. Oh, yeah, you know Lily to a T. Damn. All right. Don't even need to reveal these. I'll just erase the boards. Because they're both because I got high by Afro Man.
What's your first string?
I want to say, is that a question you want us to answer on the boards?
Did I touch myself?
Like a Virgin by Madonna. All right, so let's just reveal them at the same time because we can each have a point, I suppose. Oh shit! The drumming song.
The drumming.
It is also Florence and the Howling.
Yeah.
That's actually not what it's called either, so we both just talked.
Well.
Yeah, I am thinking of that song, and it's just called Howl.
Okay.
Howl by Florence and the Machine is our song. I don't know what possessed me to write the drumming song, but Lips of an Angel was the song we kissed to at prom.
Yes.
And
it's not a good romance song.
It's not a perfect, yeah. It's a song all about how, like...
You're kind of secretly cheating.
Coming from the lips of an angel, say my name, it sounds so sweet. Yeah, yeah, it's just... It's lamenting about somebody you're no longer dating who called you to see how you're doing. That's what that song was
And you're like hiding in the other room from your significant.
And then just somewhere along the line, like I got into Florence and the Machine, and I'm like, you have to listen to this song. We like sat down and just I played it for her, and I'm like, can this be our song instead of Lips of an Angel by Hinder?
Oh.
Shut up, Cheryl. This isn't the time. Do we have another question? Typically, did you want that to be a question? When was your first stream? Because we actually just answered that actually when we started the stream.
I think our first stream was a stream together.
Yeah. Yeah, the first ever stream we did with camera and all that. Final just going off. It's such a sad song, but it's not romantic.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I remember the exact date, so you're in trouble, maybe. The first official stream of Red Grim Gaming. LOL, song puts me in a mood. It puts everybody in a mood. The problem is it sounds so romantic, but then if you read the lyrics, you're like, oh boy. Alright. When do you think our first official stream was? Well, I figured we'd guess. So, I'm gonna guess you don't take it as literal. So I'm gonna warn you, mine's more like directly literal. Like we were established, we had a name, we had our faces on screen, and it was our first official stream, and where I put our streamversary. You're probably thinking November.
Yes.
November is, so we did a lot of test streaming in November. I was working a lot of stuff out. So technically our first. Yes. But I have an official date that is our Twitchversary. And that's what I have written on here, and I'm fine if the chat doesn't want to hold it against you. Did I get it right?
Yeah, I said no.
What was your spouse's first pet called? That's actually an interesting one. Oh, because that yours would be tricky.
Yeah.
So, what's your guess for our Twitchversary?
December 12th.
Third. Not the 12th, though. December the 3rd. 2808.
That is a great question, man. That is a good question.
That is a good question. Tippy says everyone's favorite song has got to be Waluigi Bohemian Rhapsody. That's pretty great. Fred said close enough. All right, so that I don't know what that puts the score at. I hope the chat's keeping track. All right, so what was your spouse's first pet called? I have to think of like how you interpret this question.
There is a definitive answer.
There's a definitive answer?
Yes. And I don't know that you'll know.
It's definitely a tricky one because there's the difference of what is your pet, what was your parents' pet. There's that distinction because technically that answer isn't sure. Final, that looks good. We'll go with that.
What? He's grumbling. What are you grumbling?
He's just grumbling with age.
When she's just over,
just
you're
old
like
man in it. So how do you want to interpret the question?
What we consider to be
our first pet.
Regardless if it was your parents' pet or not, what you consider to be your first pet.
Okay. Oh. It just got harder for both of us then.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, because unfortunately for you, my parents owned many dogs over the years. Sorry, not one whole big year.
I think, though, I'm going to say what you consider to be your first pet, which would be...
Smokey was, in fact, my first dog, but he was not the first. The first pet that I remember having, and I always remember it very vividly because it astonishes the hell out of Fred that I remember, was Riot, Mom's dog. Because I was barely like mentally conscious when we had to put Riot down. And it was one of my like earlier core memories of just like understanding what that
Fred says, Winston mumbling, get off my lawn.
All right, so.
And then Final says, my first dog's name.
All right, now you're not quite fair because your parents owned multiple animals. Born. But if I was to guess, it would be Zelda the cat. Damn it.
It was a cat, but Zelda was not my cat. Zelda was my brother's cat. Cotton was my cat.
Ah! You guys don't really talk about Cotton.
I mean, I was like a little...
Cotton needs more love in your memory warehouse.
I was like a little kid when Cotton died, like maybe 4 or so.
Riot was the same. I don't even think I was 4.
But she was an indoor-outdoor cat, and I have very distinct memories. Like, she would...
Final says, holy shit, I was gonna guess Cotton.
But she was an all-white cat, and she would, like, follow me around and stuff all the time, and she slept on my pillow above my head and would, like, go outside with me, run around with me and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna send us over back to the screen. Will you guys think of any more?
Yeah, let's go to the next.
I'm gonna adjust the transition because I don't need the sweep transition every time.
Just because I saw a scene of Friends today where Rachel was talking about a stuffed Cotton that she had. He was for real gonna guess Cotton.
I believed him. I had no reason not to believe him.
Alright.
Alt-tab our way back. Alright. Moving on with the... wife... whatever with the wife round shit. We're not
If
paying
your
attention
husband
to
could travel anywhere in the world,
So where would you go if you could travel somewhere? And then I have to guess where you'd go, and you have to guess where I'd go. And this is going to be tough. All right. Got yours? You all set?
Yeah.
If we says definitely not England. Aw, no. That's on the list. But what is the one place you would go if you just woke up with money tomorrow? Do it. New Zealand. Aha!
New Zealand?
Aha! Tied it up!
I only talk about it all the time. How we were in Australia and we didn't get to go to New Zealand.
Fred saying, Bora Bora. Alright, where do we all think Leon would go if he had the chance? Japan. I would go to Japan. I want to eat the authentic street food and stuff. Leon would go to Majula. Jesus, no.
It's a place in Japan.
Hey, yep, it would be Japan. I want to eat the food all over Japan.
Jaboy says, I knew it.
It's just I'm not it's not even a weeb thing. It's the food. I want to go there and just eat all of the authentic cuisine. I want to eat that street meat. It's gonna be nuts.
Final says you're 6 to 6 or something. I mean, either way.
No, because you just got that one right. So
yeah.
I'm still behind by 1.
So it'd be 5 to 6 because.
Or 6 to 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would be 5 to 6, based on what the chat agreed last time.
All right, next question.
Next question. Whatever, everybody gets a free point. What is your significant other's favorite late night snack? What is my favorite late night snack? I'm right. You're gonna write yours.
I definitely.
Well, that hoodie was a gift and a gag that somebody thought I wouldn't wear, so. I'm saying Oreos for Lily, a whole roasted pig for Leon. God. All right, favorite late night snack. Your turn.
I'm gonna say pizza rolls.
Easily pizza rolls. I can make them so quick. I can eat so many of them in a sitting.
Lily gets another point.
And as far as a late night snack for you, it's snack.
There's something that I definitively eat almost every night though.
Granola bar.
Granola bar.
Gotta be Totino's. Oh, all day. Totino's, I throw them in the air fryer. If I don't have anything else to do with my time, no joke, I will put them in the air fryer for about 8 minutes, mixing them up, and then I will microwave them just a little so that they kind of re-soften in the middle and they're not just crunchy all the way around.
Out here being chef with
So,
yes. I like sneak out in the middle of the night and like crinkle up a granola bar, and I'm like.
She says like, sneak, but I don't know what sneaking involves. Clomping and groaning as much as you do. Just,
Sometimes I realize that you talk to me, and I just kind of like.
I usually
like continue walking.
I usually just say, "Hey, bug," and leave it at that.
And sometimes I say nothing at all and just glare at you like, "How dare you speak to me while I'm half asleep?"
All right. Next question. Sorry, you guys can't hear the music. Oh shit! What's the other person's favorite song?
Final says, "Bro, I have bought like those pizza. I have bought those pizza lunch and put them in the air fryer. God, game changer."
Did we say in grape juice? That's not a soft drink. Soft drink refers to sodas.
Fizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, your soda stuff. That sounds awesome. I just feel like it wouldn't work for my air fryer because it would pull all the fucking cheese off the top of it.
Like levitate stuff.
Like I try making grilled cheese in there and I have to put toothpicks in them so it doesn't pull the bread into the burner. If we throw out Pepsi Max Cherry.
And Final says Leon seems like a root beer kind of guy, and Lily's strawberry.
Okay, so we're guessing for each other. So for you on soft drinks, I know the one you get the most is. I'm gonna go with root beer. Ah! Oh, duh. That's an easy one, actually. Shit. Alright then, what's mine?
Dr. Pepper.
I was gonna say it's on the clock on the wall in the set. I literally have a clock of it. It's Dr. Pepper.
Another one for Lily! Yeah, we got this very specific non-alcoholic ginger beer. It's basically ginger ale.
Most ginger beer is non-alcoholic.
There is alcohol. But
of course, but they have to specify.
When we were in Australia, and it was fantastic, and we can still find it here, and that's my favorite.
Yep, Bundaberg brand. It's great. But yeah, like it's kind of a cheap one. Cheap points for Lily.
Final says, if you haven't tried Pepsi.
It's okay. I didn't hate it.
I haven't tried that.
It's all right.
I like trying like the weird flavored tops.
Yeah.
So.
For me, it's just the root Dr. Pepper and every odd flavor of Dr. Pepper that they release. I usually.
I like
the weird one was Dr. Pepper cherry, and I'm like, it's mostly cherry already. Like.
I really like the Pepsi orange. Like the orange.
Okay. Next question. This is playing some saucy music, so if you just imagine, like...
Your husband morning for...
Oh boy, is this a question. Alright, are we answering for each other, or are we answering...
We're writing down our own.
Our own.
Final says night person for voice. Oh, final Dr. Pepper.
It is real. having trouble like spacing my letters out. That they all fit on the board. All right. Ooh. That's a cheap one, actually, final. That would be kind of difficult. Anyway. So he says, I'm still awake and it's 1:15 a.m. Happens, my man. All right. You're not a morning person. Easily. You are if the question is to be a morning or night person, you are a night person, very least. you
I'm like a solid middle of the day.
Yeah, you're a day person. Like you're more like you're definitely at least considered a night person.
Yeah, like in the morning, like don't speak first like 20 I'm awake because I will not receive. So I'd say that's a fair answer.
Yeah.
You're kind of neither because you're awake at all different times.
I am straight up neither because I am the same person whether I just woke up or whether I'm going to bed, and it does not matter what time it is.
Panel says, "Oh, all right, let me drink another." Question.
Think of another.
Apparently, I should drink another. Would your spouse want to play them in a...
Oh my. Well,
So we have our favorite restaurant.
okay. So, Big Camet. Favorite restaurant. Tipwee's going to bed. Good night, Tipwee. Thank you for hanging out with us while we do this fun, stupid thing. It's also a test out for our media share. So I'm thinking in a future, like, community day thing, we'll do, like, an actual media share day, and you guys can drop YouTube videos, and we'll sit there and just gag around and have a blast. And we're writing our own favorite restaurant for the other to guess.
Panel says, "You said favorite restaurant was... Yeah, LOL. I thought you were
Eh. We're here. We're doing it. Thank you for hitting that last shout out for Tipwee. If you guys aren't following him already, please do that. Go ahead. It's the fire. The firehouse.
I said our house or the firehouse."
Yeah, that's the only problem is we both found the same favorite restaurant. Like Lily really likes the food there. I love their pool tables and the food there. The atmosphere is nice and it's usually really quiet. It's just a nice little small place. In fact, everybody's planning a get together there soon. Kind of go hang out.
He says, "I'm off. Have a..."
Yeah, I was saying he's heading. Good night, Tipwee. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Spouse.
You want to play you? I mean, I know my answer. I don't know your answer.
Just says, I just looked at their menu.
Make sure you're looking at the Firehouse Bar and Grill and not Firehouse Sub. Because there is a Firehouse Subs up here. Don't know if that's a nationwide chain, but they have the stuffed salmon they've got there.
Crab cakes.
Yes, they have great seafood. They have great... I haven't eaten anything there that I was unhappy with.
We've gotten some bad service.
But we never see those people again, so...
I really don't know what my owning...
I'm looking at the Firehouse Grill and Brewery. That's the one. That's the one. It's really good. If you guys are ever up here, that's probably where we treat people, or at least invite you to come hang out at like a little Red Grim Gaming meet and greet. Well, you gotta think of something. Imogen Poots. I just wanted to say Imogen because that's a hilarious. Russ, welcome to the stream. I looked for the one closest to your house. I mean, it's nowhere near our house.
I mean, it's near our house, but it's not.
Yeah, it's comfortable driving distance.
It's a little ways.
Ross,
Yeah.
we're playing the Newlywed Game. I don't know if you know how to play, but we're any questions you want to ask
Feel
that
free.
we have to know about each other is
Yes.
basically.
I really don't know.
So right now the question is, who would you pick? Who would your spouse pick to play themselves in a film? Yeah. So I've got mine written down. Like I know who your favorite actresses are.
Yeah, but like.
But do they fit your bill?
Yeah. I mean, I know who I'd want to meet, but.
Let's see. You got Michelle Rodriguez. You originally wanted to meet. Oh, why weren't her name? Kate Beckinsale. You found out that she's not at all. I'll tell you how we'll do this. I'm gonna erase my answer, and we're gonna adjust the question. My answer was myself. I'd play me. Who would do it better? What? It's either that or Nick Cage. Just because Nick Cage, yeah.
All right, how are we? Final Sicilian would pick.
Fred said Lily should be Natalie Portman. Who would I pick to play you? Let's reverse the question.
I don't know who I would pick to play me. How am I gonna know who you would pick to play me? I don't know all the people.
I mean, who would you like? Who do you imagine? I think would play you. Something on that.
I know like.
All right, maybe we'll have to skip that question. What do you think, chat? Because
yeah,
Lily's really bad at like. Because I know who I would pick to play you ultimately. Like if you could time machine it and do all kinds of whatever.
No, I really don't.
But who would you pick to play me? I have to guess that. And
Fred says, "What's wrong with Portman?"
Nothing's wrong with Natalie Portman. Pick her to play. That's all.
Final says, "I would want Samuel L. Jackson to. I wouldn't have it any other way. Screw that. He looks nothing like me."
It doesn't matter if they look nothing like you. One of my favorite jokes when somebody asks that question is like, who would you have play you in a movie about your life? I'm like, Dwayne Johnson. Why? I'm like, because then everyone would assume I look like Dwayne Johnson. That would be awesome. Yeah, that Dwayne Johnson looking dude. Twitch streams.
Lily made a face.
Oh. I mean, she knows who Natalie Portman is. That helps. I know. All right, I have my answer for who would play you. Like, who I would pick to play you. And you do know this actress. I'm just going to go with my guess as myself. Like, you could picture me playing me on film.
Yeah.
But I know who would play you pretty. I'm not thinking likeness necessarily, just who would just be able to portray.
Okay. I don't like that there's, like, you have to preface this now.
And it's out of, like, the 5 actresses, I would easily assume you know their name. Give up?
I don't know.
Charlize Theron? She literally produced Hyperdrive. She showed up to the one girl's house. Old Guard. She's the main actress from Old Guard.
Okay.
You Dingus.
I told you name ever.
And you didn't even guess the other like 3 actresses I know you have on the top of your head. That
Final says, to be honest, I kind of want to die before Samuel Jackson so that I can use part of my life to hire him to come call me a motherfucker at my funeral. Final says, Academy Award winner Charlize to play Lily. That'd be epic.
Russ said Old Guard's a great movie.
It is
Hell
a
yeah.
great movie. It's actually on my...
And you didn't remember that was her.
And they set it up pretty...
Yeah, it was an alright movie. It was fun. Russ said Charlize Theron. Yeah, that's who I'd pick to play. So we're gonna go back to our new screen. This is our new screen, Russ. This is the media share screen.
All right.
We're gonna be doing media share videos off of this. I'm gonna make an alternate version where it's just me by myself in case that's eventuality. But I figured this is fun and just kind of Saturdays.
Did I die?
No,
Just the way you said that.
like when we do community days and you're just not here.
Final says from the last two I haven't.
I don't blame you, but it was Charlie.
I really liked the franchise and I like those movies. I kind of fell off there.
I think the last one you and I saw, we went and saw 4.
I've seen
or
5. I've seen 5. That's the last one.
The last one we saw together, they killed Sasha and Han in like this weird dramatic way, and we got to watch Luke Goss get fucking wrecked by The Rock and Riddick all at once.
I know who Vin Diesel is, okay?
Okay. I was actually just failing to recall his name, so
Final says that's 6. Okay, that was the last one.
It was the last one we saw in theater. Because Luke Goss was the villain, and I remember that was one really fun thing to watch was them all getting into their fights together. I could swear that was 5, or it had to be 6. And then
there's the one where like
and Vin
Michelle
just gets him.
Rodriguez goes missing.
No, not that.
And that's I think 5, and then one where they team up The Rock and.
It ends with Vin Diesel, and he like gets a hold of Luke Goss around the waist and just hoists him into the air to just get elbow dropped by The Rock, who's like leaping off a box. And I'm gonna be Vin Diesel's stunt double, Vin Unleaded. I'll be Vin Premium.
Apparently, which I did not know, that was a nickname that he earned in the gym. Like apparently, that's a nickname for somebody who's like super jacked.
Oh yeah.
So
did you think it was his real name?
No,
okay.
I knew what his real name was, but yeah, that's how he got that nickname.
Vincent Byron Von Diesel. Sorry.
It's like Vincent Mark something.
So, I don't have sound capture going for just this video because I don't want to find out any of this music's like unlicensed or something. What is your spouse's opinion of the idea of the perfect weekend? What is my idea of the perfect weekend?
But we're writing our own.
Yeah, we have to write our own. Yep, he just makes him.
This is LOL. It's just.
His name isn't even Vincent. What the fuck? I'm on that guy who'd get fired off a set for being like, Mr. Sinclair, can I help you? And because he's a baby, unfortunately. The reality of Vin Diesel is
I don't know.
Vin Diesel's real name is Mark Sinclair,
I don't think it's
not Vince or something. I think that's, at least that's what I was reading. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, also known Mark Sinclair, known professionally as Vin Diesel. Nope. None of his name is real, and he's kind of a. I work sometimes with some stunt people, film and what have you, and he is one of those people who like. He's a bit of a baby, and if you hurt his ego in any way, I hope you never see this. If you do, I'm sorry. If you don't like that reputation, maybe fix it. I don't know. Either way, your perfect weekend is going nowhere and doing nothing. Being left alone. My perfect weekend.
I don't know. I'd say your perfect weekend is probably like pretty simple, like going out with some friends.
Give it up to chat, because I said a date. And then I just brought up streaming, because never too early or late to self-promote.
Russ says, I don't remember.
Luke Evans, you're right. Yeah.
Evans, Ethan. Final says, what's your spouse's pleasure?
Oh, back to the big cam for another final question. The guilty pleasure question. All right, so what is my guilt? I should start writing everything backwards. That way I know I have enough. Literally try. That didn't work. But it's on there. Okay. What am I guilty?
Watching.
It's bad movie. Yeah. I like really bad movies. Man.
Leons would be watching the.
That's not a guilty pleasure. That's just pleasure. I enjoy Golden Girls. Funny.
Golden Girls is just fantastic.
I love Betty White. I love when they rip on Blanche. Those are usually my favorite. But what is Lily's guilty pleasure?
Final says bad movie. I'm sure you've seen Birdemic.
I have seen Birdemic.
And all the Sharknadoes.
I have not seen all of the Sharknadoes. I didn't find them. There's something with a movie that's trying to be dumb that always turns me off. I'm talking movies that wanted to be good and it just fails. So like Man is a fantastic film. Let's see, there's a whole slew of Nicolas Cage thing. What's the Vampire's Kiss.
I like sometimes where
probably
you
my
bring
favorite
up a
bad
movie
movie.
and you're like, this is a great movie.
Oh yeah, I have to like preface everything with no, really, this one's a good movie, not just stupid. Like the Sharknadoes are like, we wanted to be memes, so they don't, like, they're all right. They just don't fall into that same category for me. They were trying to be too. And Birdemic's too fucking slow. It's so boring. As far as Lily's guilty pleasure, eats her toenails.
I do not.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I have been given this power, and I will abuse it because I'm bad at it. Oh, that's a tough one. Or guilty pleasure, because what are you guilty about that you take
most
pleasure in?
things that I do, I'm just like, I like it and I don't care. But
what do you actually feel bad about that you enjoy? Really tough. Not like you watch trashy talk shows. Don't watch like any, like there's nothing about Kardashians or anything fun like that. You do get sucked into some social media hype. Like right now you keep bringing up the Johnny Depp trial and stuff, and I'm like, okay, but what about the real thing happening?
I follow those two.
All about that Johnny Depp trial. Like, we get it. She sucks. Shoot her and get on with it. All right, don't do it. In Minecraft.
I mean, don't
Satire.
really.
Satire.
Anyway.
Satirically.
But I don't feel guilty about it.
Satirically blow her up. What?
I'm like, look at her. She's a bitch.
Blow her up with
Anyway.
with satire.
Anyway.
Puns.
Oh, I hate.
You laugh at them though, and you make them, and you go, "Oh
It's
God,
not-
what have I done?"
I wouldn't say that's my guilty.
Johnny Depp trial is ridiculous. LOL. I want her to do time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do too, but like, there's a lot other shit to be like worried about in the world.
Sure, but I mean, it's still like just something else.
It just weirds me out how many people stop talking about like what's going on in Ukraine and why the gas prices.
My guilty pleasure. Is puns your serious answer?
She's greater to the nip. Yeah, I guess. Like, I wouldn't call that a guilty pleasure. That like you don't feel guilty about it, do you?
I feel really bad about eating
really
horrible food. Yes.
Ah, well, I wouldn't have known.
I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna eat really good tomorrow, but I'm gonna sit here and stuff this entire thing of brownies in.
Like, don't get me wrong, I hope she at least suffers some real consequences, but I just don't.
Anyway.
I don't know if you guys can hear that small penis going by our house, but...
Next question.
Next question. What your significant other's favorite hobby? You do. I started to write yours. What is your favorite hobby? 8 to 10. I've lost count. I think that's correct. What is my favorite hobby?
Streaming.
Beating up fools and martial arts. Alright, so what is our favorite hobbies, ponies?
Literally.
I mean, it is also a hobby. Because
it's a lifestyle. Fine.
Hey! Excuse you. Fine, you only get one fucking guess. Go.
Video games.
Art. Whether it's performing and stuff for stream, or whether it's making things, or painting, drawing. Like, I got into miniature painting. I remade one of my rings from middle school. Like, I rebuilt it to fit me today. And, just any kind of artistic, like, thing that I can do that... And the only reason, like, video games, isn't really, like, in the hobbies range. That's more of just, like, my side entertainment. I don't consider it, like, gotta play them all, gotta do them all, gotta...
All the time.
Because I'm awake all the time, and I gotta do something that doesn't require muscles, essentially. because they have to rest eventually. Do. Oh, it's gonna switch to the. We don't care. But see, like they're not even the same questions asked
Yeah.
reversed. What is their favorite time of? I'm gonna guess this based on a speaker. Probably gonna be. I just wrote yours. And again. Okay. Yours is summer. Spring. I was gonna say either one. As long as you're warm, you're happy.
Spring is my favorite because it's like obviously with the ponies and stuff, it's like the perfect leaf maintenance time of year. And then like it's still kind of warm, but you're not like blistering hot.
Okay.
There's just
Autumn. Here an antithesis there. Because like I like the snow and everything, my birthday's in winter and all that good stuff, but eventually it just starts to get so much like there's nothing to do outside. You can't be outside. We can't go walking in parks, and autumn's just a beautiful time of year to do that.
like
Everything's all the leaves changing color, like all the smells of like hate to be weird, but decay, like leaves are decaying.
you don't hate to
No, I don't.
embrace it fully.
I live it so goddamn hard. Next one. You do most of your shopping online or in the store? For you, technically it's both, but I'm going to go with online. That's where you spend the most money. Because you will stop at Schneider's, Big D, or like tack shops, and you'll physically get stuff, and you'll go grocery shopping in person. But I think the majority of your money is dropped on like Amazon
I very much like
or SmartPack.
to like I very much like to like go online and compare things and what other people think of. Once in a while, if I'm still not sure, then I'll go to the store where I can actually see it. But I do most of my shopping.
All right,
Do most of your
in store. That's correct. It. I just. I mean, I do shop online, but if I can physically have it in my hands now or in a half hour, that's how I want it.
and like
Not
because what
patient enough for
most of
online.
my money that I spend versus like if I'm going clothes shopping for myself something which is rare, like I want to go into a store and try it on.
I'd say
Most
you're
of it's
kind of I'd like
unfortunate.
I'd say you're 50-50 as far as time spent, but money spent
Oh
is
no, I
online.
window shop online like
No. Buying,
I was gonna
paying
say,
money.
and put stuff in my cart and then go I can't afford this. My cart.
I do notice we have quite a few viewers, lurkers. If you guys have any questions like these that you want to throw at us just for the hell of it, we are an 18 plus stream, but just know that we will probably modify your question.
Yeah,
If
feel free
it's
to throw them out there. We may
throw
refuse
whatever
them.
question you like, we could refuse them, we could change them, we could find a better way to answer them. If we have to modify them into newlywed questions, we will. But until then, moving on. Next question. Who is the first to wake up in the morning? Welcome back, Final. I didn't even know you left.
So that's just would just rate what our answer.
Yeah. Just who wakes up first?
Jonas says, I'm back. Trying to decide what to have for dinner.
Pizza. Or pizza rolls. All right. Um, So basically, me, but that's usually because I'm already awake.
Because he's already awake. He never went to sleep.
It's a lot of the time I'm still up. And then what do you think my answer was? Yeah, the same. You kind of dropped it. Me. Yeah. Kind of an easy one.
Leon, because
Yep. I'm just still awake doing something. Maybe I slept for an hour or two, but I'm still up before you. Who is the other person most likely texting? So obviously we're in each other's presence, so like the you and I are out.
yes.
I have two for you, but for myself,
I have two.
like obviously I know an easy one. So for you, it's either your friend Heidi or like work/man. Yeah,
I have my friend Heidi, and then Ingrid is where my horses live.
yeah. Because either that or you're texting Mandy was the horse trainer, or you're texting with work. So it's either pony stuff.
I text
Or
Ingrid a
it's
lot
Heidi.
more. Yeah, I text a lot more than I text my actual trainer.
And then out of me, who do I text more often? Who am I most likely texting?
It's either your mom or Groven.
It's Crow. I text my mom pretty much like once a day. Croven and I throw memes back and forth like all the time.
Final says Leon is texting Final. He is texting also Final. And Final says this is Texas. LOL. I'm leaning toward chopped brisket.
Final, why don't you have a brisket pizza with potatoes? I'm just saying. Possibilities, man. Expand those horizons. Step out from your box and join us in the mighty realm. Wrong button. Next question. And then we can play with media share stuff, I guess. I mean, maybe we'll find another quiz or
What's your
something.
wife's favorite?
Okay, well, we already did that.
Yeah.
So
We could do favorite. Well,
no one here makes brisket pizza. I'd have to. Well, here's what you do: you find the best pizza place you know, order it, which is cheap. Then you get that brisket, and then you're just going to chop it up yourself, and sprinkle it all over that pie.
we could do, since we've done food already, we could do like favorite.
Favorite desserts. Okay, favorite desserts is an easy one. Well, it's a good enough question. Final call. Fred said Lily is texting nobody, and Fred says that was ruthless. Final says that was ruthless.
I mean, fair. I do see someone text me a lot of the time, and I'm like, oh, what?
I'll admit mine has changed, but I will write down.
Are you now?
We'll find out, won't we? All right, for you, like ice cream blizzard. Really?
No.
Wait, cake.
German chocolate cake.
I didn't think we were being that specific. Yeah, it's cake. What is your spouse most proud of? Asks Final Fantasy. That'd be make a good question. So the key lime pie, I'll admit my taste has kind of changed a little bit because one, it's annoying to find a good key lime pie, so I've just kind of threw it in. So right now my all-time right now, my newest favorite dessert is cheesecake. Just classic homemade cheesecake. Back to Big Cam. Finals question. If your spouse, we got two.
What's your most?
What is your spouse most proud of? Right? Three questions I think are decent. Those are three decent questions. I don't even care if you're Googling them. It doesn't matter. We're having fun. What is your spouse most proud of? I would have to say for you, falls under tenacity overall. Sorry if that sounds a bit vague, but basically Lily doesn't really give up on things. Going to just have butt her way through them. And I think that is thing.
Not even making the.
Ah. So her horse, for those of you who don't know, Camino, training Camino.
I've had him since he was like a baby.
All right then, what's mine? I'm most proud of.
Oh, but now you say we're going with traits here now.
I figured that was what the question was referring to. Actually, not specific accomplishment.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, like, right now, what you're most proud of is probably getting like streaming and stuff off of the ground, and successful at it. And
Yeah, we've been doing okay, and yes, as far as accomplishments go, I've built this for myself, entirely by myself. All right, you helped me draw, but like, what did you put on that screen? Name one thing.
Here. Thank you very much.
Anyone could be here.
I built this by myself.
Final could buy a ticket tomorrow, fly out, and be my guest on the next
built
screen.
this by myself. Yeah, you drew.
You name one final image that is on that screen at any point that you put up there. Chris says, I'm busting in. How are the plates? Oh, the plates were good. Yeah, we're keeping them. Thank you very much. Final says, oh, I will one day. Yeah, exactly. Like, anyone could walk in here, sit on the couch, and just commentate.
Oh,
granted,
I'll beat them up for being in my house.
Granted, you do an excellent job. Very proud of you.
Nice cover. Anyway.
But what am I most proud of? That's it? That's your final answer?
That was my answer.
Knowing that my context of the question was different.
Because I can't change. That's what I thought was my answer, and I can't change my answer even though.
I mean, who's going to come kick your ass over the rules?
Fred says I would love for a final.
Hell yeah. We'll get dinner at the firehouse. We'll give you a little tour of Cleveland. But no, it's, I'm very unflapped. I think a bomb could literally go off outside this house, and I'd be like, hurt my ears, and just kind of go try to just clean up the mess. Like I said, we'll take you to the firehouse. They have some of the nicest tables around. At least they use. Yeah, we haven't been there in a little bit. Hopefully we'll. Yeah, with COVID. Hopefully we'll be there real soon.
Oh, when? That's stanky.
Yeah, as far as traits go, I would say your favorite trait would be that you don't really. Even when it's bad, you just keep
the good, the bad, or the ugly.
Even when it's just not going well, you're like, nope, I refuse. And you just keep going. Alright, so, if your spouse could change anything about themselves, what would it be? About me.
I'm a flawed person, okay?
What makes you human? Fred's asking if Final plays pool, and he's not competitively, but I call my pool cue Lucille. What a name.
That?
Or after Lucille Ball, I Love Lucy. Under I'm on. Anyway. So you go first.
I am gonna say, I think there might be a couple of things that you, but I'm gonna go with, like, the insomnia. Because I feel like you get really worried about
I'd sleep more.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, if I could change something, I would alter the insomnia. Because I don't know, like, we have no clue what permanent lasting damage it might be causing. And
Fred says, oh, and I thought of The Walking Dead. That's what I thought of. Final says, oh, well, it's after that scene Fresh Prince where Uncle Phil...
Yes.
Jeffrey, break
What
out
got
Lucy!
Lucille? That's a good moment. Okay, what would you change about you? That's kind of a tough one. Because, like, it's hard to say what you'd actually change about you, because you're very stubborn.
Like, I have two things, but I think one is the worst.
Okay. I'm gonna go with you wouldn't be as
Oh.
okay.
That I have 0% patience.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm all right. Fair enough. That's kind of where I was coming from with that statement. Was that you would like give more of a chance to.
Well, and
But
I
yeah.
feel like sometimes, like, I mess things up because I just don't have any patience for it, and I want it done right now! Instead of, like, taking 3 seconds to take a breath and, like...
All right, and Final's last given question was, what is your night's biggest fear? What is biggest fear?
Final says I changed my size. It hurts to walk with this monster.
I guess I could understand that, but mine fits right in my shoe down the leg of my pants. So, yeah, yeah, no,
Roll it.
yeah, a little.
I'm done.
I could just kind of tuck mine. It fits perfectly.
What
like
was
so.
the
I would.
question again?
What is my well? What's your biggest fear? I gotta guess it. I've got one solid guess. And think simple, not concept. Final says for Leon losing Lily, aw, and then for Lily losing wins, also aw.
I like how he doesn't assume that it's a person.
All right, so my guess for you, is flying. That's like a predominant. Like you do not like flying or going on a boat. Like any kind of like transportation that you're not in control of is like easily up there.
Almost had it if you had not, like... I said...
Well, no, because you don't want to be on a boat either.
No, but... Like, even, like, walking across a bridge, like, I'll start to get, like, vertigo from high up.
Fair. I do forget that sometimes because it's come up. the heights thing. But for me, then, what's my biggest fear?
I feel like yours would be more conceptual though, but you said
Yeah, I did say keep it simple.
I would just say like losing loved ones.
Unfortunately, I'm a stoic, and losing loved ones is inevitable. That's something I definitely just kind of face mentally and just kind of accept as reality.
I just can't think of like you're not scared of like spiders or like something like silly like that.
So, oddly enough, and this isn't necessarily like a sealed one, but I definitely talked about it a lot. And it's
Yes! Yeah, that's right. I forgot when you're playing
deep water.
Subnautica
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
That I was just like it's not a thing I encountered an issue with. Like, I go swim in the lake, river, ocean, didn't matter. And then just for some reason, I started playing Subnautica, and I hadn't even encountered anything big, nasty, and evil. I like plunged into the ocean, and the second I started realizing I had to go deeper, I just started going, why can't I like bring myself to like swim down? And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I encountered, yeah, it was brought up during Subnautica.
And Final says, Lily, you should ride with me one day. You'd be so scared that flying or heights would be no problem for you anymore. Yeah, like I actually like freeze. Like
Kind of forgot that. I don't remember what the context was, but I remember having to like kind of like just keep sidestepping. We're almost across. It was in Paris.
yes, we went to it's the highest point in Paris, and we were walking up this path up to like this gazebo thing.
Gazebo. I just picturing it built out of kazoos now. And just when the wind blows, you just hear.
We were walking up to this gazebo thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that we had like crossed this bridge. It's called Suicide Bridge because we were just like talking and it's not very evident. It's just like part of the path and it's surrounded by trees.
There's bushes and then there's like this little built walkway that you kind of go across, and it doesn't immediately catch your attention that it's a bridge.
And so we had gone up there, and I didn't want to go like all the way up to the top to the point and like look out. So I'm like, I'll just stand back here for a couple of minutes of the gazebo with all its kazoos. And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stay back here. And then when we started to walk back down, and I looked back down the path, I realized that was that bridge that we saw.
Not only was it not only was it a bridge, but like when you turn around, you could tell how far down it was built over. Like going across the one way,
you're just kind of like walking up a path.
You can't see, yeah. And then when you turn around, all of a sudden there's no brush and it's just a clearing, and you can see that basically it's like a 30-foot drop that it has gone over, and it's only like 4 feet wide. It's not like you could jump it if you had to.
And there's no like railing or anything.
Yeah, it was just a little walk bridge.
And I was like, I'm gonna go. You were like, you walked over it already, and I was like.
And I had to like kind of like hold you in, and we like had to like
look at the ground.
I was like, look at my chest, because you were like, look at the ground, and I'm like, okay, those boards are like an inch apart a piece. You're gonna be looking straight through it.
It was a brick thing. I didn't go across the other thing. I wouldn't.
Oh no, I know.
Boarded thing. This was
I
like
had to go over the
thing.
boarded thing because I had to get the pictures to show you.
They had this like suspension bridge from like kind of one peak over this water, like another peak.
Yeah.
And it was like a suspension, like rope bridge, and I was like, hell no! And I just freaked out over we just went over, not this.
No, I can't say for sure it's the highest point in Paris. It's
advertised.
It's advertised that way, but Ohio is advertised as the birthplace of aviation.
Well, you can go there and overlook most of the city from certain points.
As there are like 13 other states. But for anyone who is interested, if you want to know what park we went to, just Google the Butts du Chaumont Park. Buttes. du Chaumont.
It was really
And
pretty and
it's
stuff.
a very beautiful
Yes.
park. It was really cool. And there's like this central gazebo that you can like see all of Paris from. And that was awesome. But yeah,
And
that led to one of those stories. where
and the
just
bridge that we crossed is a bridge because a bunch of people jump off of it.
every year, yeah.
There's no railing or anything. Oh.
And apparently
Yeah.
they don't hire anybody to just stand there and make sure nobody leaps off of it.
What did your spouse get for your
That's a Buffy. What's douche almond bark?
God?
Perfect. I'll type it out for anyone who's interested if you're lurking or whatnot. I won't necessarily spell it right, but I'll spell it close enough that do show that's right, like OUONT.
um
It's something like this. Boots du Chemin Park. You also put a third T in there final. It's butts. What did we get each other for our first Christmas? Now, are we talking first Christmas in this house?
60% of the time, it works every time.
First Christmas.
No, first Christmas ever. First Christmas ever. So we had just we went to prom. Saw X-Men Origins Wolverine. We were double dating with one of Croven's roommates and his then girlfriend. And then we get to Christmas.
What having a dream if you guys
other?
can.
Jay's kind of kicking.
Oh, but
Parc de Butts Chaumont. Okay, did you find it then? I thought there was an A in it. All right, I had it just. I was close.
Oh!
You okay, bud? Hi, buddy.
Scared?
Did it get you? Gotten by the beasts?
He was running and then he was like, "Blah," and then he woke up.
Maybe he got chased by something. Oh, maybe he grabbed and tried to shake. Final says, LOL, sorry, I'm typing rather quickly, so I accidentally hit some keys too much. But yeah, if you look up the pictures for the Butts Chaumont, is anyway. As far as what did we get each other? Christmas. That's a tough one. That's weird. I feel like I should know this.
I definitely.
I know what I got you.
Don't remember what I got you.
We'll probably have to skip this one because I don't remember what you got. I don't remember what you got me either.
Fred says kids.
I do. We'll just discuss this one. We'll have
the
to
throwing knife.
Yes, that was our second Christmas. We were at
Yeah.
We were at Jeff's basement. He bought me the.
That sounds. We were at a friend's house.
We were at a friend's house for the Christmas party. Parc de la Ville. Oh, I had a chance to go there, but instead went to. You messed up. All right, I haven't been to the park. Can't say. Fritz's kids were on his lawn.
Yeah,
I don't understand what the.
For Winston. Running.
Eating chips.
Atlas definitely like dreams about eating. He like runs real fast and then he starts chewing.
I still have those thrown. I have those little. And then I got you the quartz heart.
It was either that or the little.
I got you the gold one, but you were worried about losing it, so I found you another one.
And then I lost it.
Yes, you did. You lost the rose quartz.
I actually I wore it all the time, and I wore it out riding, and it fell off, like somewhere in the 100 foot by 300 foot.
Final says, let's go further back. What was your spouse wearing the first time you met them? All right. So we're going to have to preface that question to what were you wearing in high school? Let's just do that because Lily and I have known each other literally since elementary school. The first the first time we met was on the playground. And there's no fucking way I can remember what she was wearing then.
So I have to write what I was wearing?
Yes. I have to guess. I actually think I remember exactly. It was. But I know what I was wearing. Kind of easy.
It's not working.
Okay, my eyeballs. Ew. And just top, bottom. Don't need socks and shit. Final says, LOL, Leon had some corduroy pants on.
Oh, I think. Good guess.
Alright. So for you, you were wearing the exact same fucking trip pants that you wore on our first date. You wore them a lot. You still have them.
I do.
Yeah.
I wore them to like.
Yes, you did. You were wearing those exact trip pants. And if my memory serves correctly, a bullet for my Valentine. Very specifically.
I mean, it could.
You also had your gloves.
I had a couple of options because I didn't remember the exact day and I wore a lot of the same stuff.
So just band shirt and
trip pants.
Yay! What then was I wearing when I met?
You were wearing some black cargo pants.
Because I always did. That one's easy.
And your black jacket with the patches on it.
No!
Camo jacket.
Yes! I was wearing my old,
Camo jacket.
my paintballing coat, yeah. It wasn't a paintballing coat back then, but that's what it became. I still have it. It's in the closet. Just the sleeves kind of shrunk.
Can you, like, get your legs out from it?
Because I did not understand you don't just wash and dry everything. I should have hung that jacket. Sleeves kind of got small. It kind of heads up to here. But, yeah. Lily's didn't count, though. She said black jacket. Because my black jacket didn't have any patches on it. Still doesn't. No. I have that. Don't fear the Reaper. I don't have a pin on it either.
Black jacket,
I'd wear my one lapel pin. The camo one had the Don't Fear the Reaper. It has some kind of something about hell. It has an AC/DC button to hold the one pocket closed. Is the button ripped? And that was my cheap solution.
Yours 50-50 though, because I remembered the patch. I specifically remembered that shield shaped.
Shield?
Yeah, the one that's
square.
Like...
Black, it's square. It has the Reaper on one side and it says
no,
Don't
it's
Fear
like
the
a flat
Reaper.
top and then...
I mean, it's right here in the closet. I could pull it out. Get all reminiscent. My death, I think, on the right. Fear the Reaper.
I thought there was a shield.
No, it's shaped like a playing card. So here is my high school jacket. I wore it all the time. It's just like an old green camo jacket. And I've got the square. You guys can see the shape. I'll drop pics in Discord if anyone's. It just said Fear the Reaper. I had my Ace of Death playing card on the other side that I half ironed and then half sewed haphazardly, and then just a USA patch on the sleeve there. And I wore this all the time because I had a very different idea in mind for what my future would be, and so I will have to put that back away at some point. But yeah, I wore that jacket the first time. And you were wearing no jacket, but you had those like weird.
I may have been wearing the fish.
Yes, you were wearing your fishnet sleeves.
I was super goth in high school.
Bullet for my Valentine t-shirt and your teal trip pants. All right, back to the like.
My other guess was the one like that top.
I think you wore that another day. Like you definitely wore that. But I remember you were wearing a band shirt, and I was like, "Damn, we could go to concerts." Like I don't know, I had thoughts like right off the bat. Who said I love you first? All right, Lily. Who do you remember saying I love you first? Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was easy.
Leon's definitely like the sappier.
Yeah, I'm mushy. I still cry watching like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not just all of Avatar: The Last Airbender, mind you, but like specifically specifically the tale of Iroh in Tales of Bossing. That always kills me. Not just for like it's a really sad little like segment of the story and it ends with this big sad thing, but like I remember hearing Mako had passed, and that was the first thing I saw that was just in loving memory they put at the end of the episode segment. I was like, ah, that hurts so much on so many levels. Moving on. All right. Are they always late, on time, or early? Okay. So, Lily's always early. You can help it.
I am always early.
Leon is all over the place. Sometimes I am early. Sometimes I am dead on time. It is not a measurable thing. I am not usually late, I would argue.
I feel like anytime you cut it very close. Leon does not leave buffer time for anything. So, you know, like, exactly how long it takes to get there, and if there's any sort of, like, traffic jam or anything, you are gonna be late.
There's a lot of that, but I'm usually, like, I shoot for on time as best as I can get.
Yeah.
Or, there's something I can do nearby, and I'll go do that and wind up, like, an hour early. Like, I was always early for, like, karate for most of the time, because I was usually sitting around playing pool, or I had classes beforehand. I'm usually early for family get-together stuff. Like anything where it's about like food, friends, hanging out, I'm always pretty early for work. I am usually on time. Period. I usually have like I usually give myself like a 5 to 8 minute buffer window there. And if I get there 8 minutes early, I'll just sit in my fucking car and wait because you're not paying for it. So I'm gonna be in my car, damn it. But I'd say I'm all over the shop, so I don't think any of it ever really hits an average. What was the name of the street your significant other grew up on? Yay, cheap points. As I let my ADHD try to write the wrong.
So you guys moved around a little. I'm
We
gonna
did.
say
Yes. Or if I was gonna pick one, Locust is where I was born, where I spent a lot of my childhood. Brett
Yeah,
says hers is easy. Leon's is a little tougher.
I lived in the same house until I moved out of my parents' home.
Yeah, you are correct, but I also wrote your answer, so. As I said, as my ADHD gets the better of me, and I'm like, I'm not rewriting it. It's fine. But yeah, Locust, it's a nice house. Kinda wish we some way. Nice quiet. Moving on. Sorry. What is your significant other's favorite flavor of ice cream? I'm gonna regret writing. Gonna be my guess, and I already can feel.
You're writing your own.
not. No, I'm not doing that right now. Just judging by how fast you wrote it, I know. Favorite flavor of. You went first. So birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Yay! I feel like it took too long. I feel like it was a little too quick to write it, but
Yours is
womp,
cherry.
womp. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say or something.
yeah. Very
But
specific.
we don't ever buy cherry.
No, because I'm the only one who's gonna eat it.
I
Or
like it too. I just prefer like, I guess, sweeter type thing, brownie.
I'd just like to point out we could totally use this format to do like quizzes and stuff too. A, B, C, choice quiz.
Yeah.
And we have all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
And we could do like a poll with the chat like for like 20 seconds. Everybody can try their question, and chat can be a player, and we can see who wins. Anyway, just I have a lot of really fun ideas for this new format. We only got a couple questions left for the video. Which superhero would you describe your significant other as? If they were a superhero, which one would they be? This is gonna suck for you because I know so many.
I know. So it's just gonna be wrong.
Well, no. What we could do is just like before, we can invert it, and like you're gonna write what superhero, because I have to then guess down to your. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to make it fair. But I guess either way, you're stuck with the vast array of knowledge of superheroes that I have.
Let's do it that. Where I'm gonna write what superhero I think.
Okay. I feel like that would make it like, because then like I have to write something I know you'd know.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems right. I hope I'm not screwing this up. Well, no, that's not. I like know who out of comic book.
He's making me a villain over there, guys.
I am, yeah, actually.
I mean, fair. Final says, and would
Even know who's super.
no.
Fantastic. Or you like turn invisible and make force field. No. What do you mean no?
No.
Jessica Alba, damn it. Half naked in that. How did you forget?
I didn't watch that.
Oh. They were okay. Tough one. What hero would See, the problem is a lot of times I'm sitting here going like, what hero? And like I come up with one and I go, wait, they're like really forceful. No offense. They're not like just throw their head at the wall till it works.
I'm resourceful, damn it.
So. Final says, I could see Lily as the villain too, though. She could be Phoenix. Honestly, if I were to pick, like, what I started to write, and I'll just give it away, was Poison Ivy. Yeah. Hates people, into nature. Perfect. Perfect fit. But now trying to come up with a hero that, like, falls in that same bill. I can only think of one that really... But I don't think that's it. But I'm going to throw it down here, because I will give you one hint. I'm throwing away Jen. I'm probably... But... What superhero does Lily picture me as? That's the one. The toughest part for me is like I think of a good one and I'm like, I'm not that cool. And I try to think of one that's like that but less. App? I don't know.
No.
Moon Knight? I was gonna say, like, I don't know. Well, it's not Hulk. Not that angry. It's not Hawkeye. Fred Grim Final saying I would make a nice Robin. Nobody wants to see my legs. I'm not acrobatic. No, I wouldn't make a good Robin. Funny enough, then Colossus would. But I mean, we could, since there's so many, we can obviously just keep guessing. Not Wolverine, not Fury.
You're hairy enough.
I'm not that hairy.
Final says lies. I want to see.
Well, no. Anyway, sorry, I'm a giant teeth. My problem is like I keep the fuck. Love sausage from. I didn't even know. I didn't think you knew who he was.
Final says you can be beast. Fred says
Okay.
he never shows his. Not never.
Anyway, yeah. The second you did that, I'm like, oh yeah. Well, there is a superhero from The Boys called Love Sausage. And he's super strong and has an enormous posable cock. Yes. And I was like, I didn't even know you knew who he was.
I don't.
Yeah, just either way. Out of who? You pick Strange?
I think
Pretty
you're
weird
thinking
like
too hard.
Really?
Yes.
Is that a hint as well?
Yes.
Too bad it doesn't help. I'm thinking too. Oh, compare me to Iron Man. Main pantheon point. Final says, "LOL, but you couldn't run straight when aroused." Yes, I
It's
can.
like a
It's
weather vane. Just
yes, I could. It's just I'm. It's just
hoist the sail.
I just have to consider that I'm always jousting. Sorry. I am over. Not Punisher. Again, I'm not angry enough. I give up.
Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Not rich? Isn't his whole power that he's rich?
But see, I can imagine you being like kind of vigilante and like having all the gadgety stuff and
I would be definitely more focused on outwitting an opponent to beat them. But I'm not very detective. Alright, well, I could probably
his
do.
name comes from his foot-long, super strong, and terrible penis, so he cannot run straight whilst aroused. But you could not.
Right. So I'm also gonna say mine's in a more obscure, but I do know you know who it is.
Storm.
No. Storm is very patient and kind, and she replaces Professor X every
The
time he
Punisher.
dies. Because the Punisher is like single-mindedly driven.
I just read.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Well, you're already on that. But it's on the more obscure. That. The Will Smith one?
Yeah.
It would be a good choice for some reasons, but no. Final said Jessica Jones. She doesn't know who that is. That's why it was good to do it this way.
I know.
Because I have to know for sure she knows who I put on this board. Do 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 da 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 na.
Oh God. Or
Yeah, not super like it. All right, so like the movie
like
was still really
X-Men-y.
big, more obscure than X-Men as far as like the superhero. It was still very big. The deaf girl from the Eternals. Never seen the Eternals. I haven't seen the Eternals. As soon as they announced certain changes they made to the comics,
Is
I
it
had
somebody
no
from the
interest.
boy?
No, because I don't. But now you're at least in the right like ballpark of fringe superhero. You're kind of in the same vein too.
For sure, see.
Yes, I know for a fact you've.
I remember.
Yes, that's
Warrior
another
situation.
hint on the seen it part.
Then
No. I love how we're eliminating whole pantheons of heroes. The X-Men? No. Is it anyone from Invincible? No. What was the hint, says Final? Well, my one hint to her was like it's fringe superhero. It is still superhero for sure.
and he threw away
Gender.
gender qualification.
My other like technical hint is only really gonna apply to Lily because she was saying, "Are you sure I've seen it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, saw it recently."
I keep thinking of like Harley Quinn stuff and
I mean, there are a lot of heroes in that. but no, none. Wonder Woman's in there, and give up.
Yeah.
Rorschach from the Watchmen.
I
did just win. Yeah, you'd be Rorschach. You could be anybody. Not if you could be anybody. If I were to describe you, just this infinite determination, not fond of people,
just
keeps their
grumpy, depressed,
keeps their close friends, and LOL with the mask. Yep. That's him. And I don't think I spelled Rorschach correct, but
okay.
But that's who I would picture. I'm struggling to think of who you picked now.
Batman.
Yeah. That's how little I compare me to Batman. Like, that's like I wouldn't call it a self-esteem thing, but like a self-image thing. It's just like he's like too loner, and he's too like I'm more maybe Flash or something. You don't know enough about.
But I could picture you like getting into like the gadgets and stuff, and put it and
Sure, I could see it.
And being a little more kind of like sideline vigilante than like
Active.
front page like superhero type.
Fred says, I don't even know who that is. So in The Watchmen, The Watchmen is a deconstruction of DC Comics heroes, where they have like the big blue guy and naked most of the story, and they have Night Owl and Dr. Manhattan. They have Night Owl, and one of them is a Batman-based detective. Who? What if Batman didn't have his money? Would he still be this guy? So he's basically a private detective who wears this like shape-shifting mask to look like a Rorschach test. And yeah, he's just this gravelly voiced homeless man who like runs around
I'm a
beating
gravelly voiced homeless.
It's all in his determination. He doesn't quit, even in the face of absolute no-win scenarios. He just dives headfirst to kick someone's ass and will lose. But he's great. Look him up. He's a wonderful hero. He's actually a pretty cool character.
He's kind of like a cool like anti-hero here.
Yeah. My favorite. I'll put it. Brett says, "I want to be Rocket." Rocket Raccoon. Nice. That would have been a good guess for me. Just Drax. Very blunt. It's humorous, and I don't really care to hide my identity in any way, shape, or if my Twitch streaming's anything to. But my favorite scene with Rorschach is a moment where he finally gets caught. He's framed for killing someone, and he's caught by police, and he's thrown into prison. So they've taken his mask off, and so it's just Jackie Earle Haley walking around in prison pants and a wife beater, and these guys in the prison. Final says, "I'd be Omni-Man." I wouldn't want to be Omni-Man, dude. That guy's got so much emotional but if you've read the comics and know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the prisoners start like kind of surrounding him, like they're gonna kick the shit out of him, because he put most of them there, and so they're like, "Oh,
you know who he is,"
and they go to attack him, and he just fucks up like 5 dudes immediately. He, like, spills oil on one dude, breaks one dude's windpipe, and like snaps out another guy's knee. And he's just like, "You don't get it yet. I'm not locked in here with you. You're all locked in here with me," as he's getting like ripped out of the room. And it's fucking badass. It's so good. Last question on this video, I'm sure. Nope.
Oh, no.
We're out of the video. Okay.
But
Visit more at funaddict.com for more content like this. Yeah, there's always more. So thank you, Funaddict, for your video and giving us couples game questions to answer. We do have another little 6-minute one we could fuss into, which is more of the who questions. Who's the better whatever, who does this, who does that. And we could 50-50 that back and forth just for fun. There's the not so newlywed game on Ellen, but that's gonna actually be people playing it. So we could come up with more. There's like the would you rather's for couples. Whatever the fuck's going on with Jake in this picture. Jesus Christ. A lot of that's my suggested stuff. We could continue on with these unless you guys have more questions and want to try to fill the 20 minutes yourself. But otherwise we could just move on to this one.
You just move on to it. If they have questions, we'll
Yeah,
let them
sure.
do their questions.
Yeah, okay. Couples quiz. Pose. From Mindful Play Quizzes. Thank you very much. If anybody's interested in stuff. I do want to shout out whoever's YouTube
Lends
videos
their
we use,
content.
yeah. Just for fun. Couples who play together stay together. Wink wink, nudge nudge.
Who takes longer to get ready?
Who takes longer to get ready? Oh, wait, Final's got one. We'll do the who takes longer and we'll get back to you. Coops who pee? What? Coop.s who pee. Leon, what? Who takes longer getting ready? Now I'm gonna make this a different kind of scoring system. Do Finals question last, and we'll obviously this one is going to be entirely couples points. We have to have the same answer. Actually score. Period. We're insane it's Leon. Couples who pee, that's what it said. Oh. It said couples who play together. It didn't say couples who play together. Final says I feel like it's Leon too. So reveal. I think it's you.
I think it's you.
Because I'll say this, like, if we have somewhere to be in the morning, likely I showered the night before. I'm wearing the clothes I'm leaving in. And maybe I forgot a pair of socks or something. Or I'm having trouble finding my keys or whatever. But when it comes to actually getting ready, you're like up an hour, like you put an hour to 2 into leaving. So it depends on how you look at the question.
Well, and I would also say it depends on where we're going.
Yeah.
Like if we're going someplace nice, I probably get ready. But like if we're just gonna go to like the store or something, you probably take longer because I'll just like throw some clothes on and I have all of my stuff. I know where it is. And then you're like, now I can't find my wallet. Now I want to wear a different jacket. Now I don't have any socks on. And I'm like, Jesus, man! Where is all of your stuff?
Fred says it's Leon, trust me. What do you mean, trust you? I'm usually sitting in a chair waiting for you. What would you know? Sometimes we'll go, I'll go shopping with Kroven and Fred. And Kroven and I will just be sitting there after Fred has said, you guys getting ready to go? And you're like, okay, well, I'm like, yeah, we're good to go. And then like 20 minutes later, you come down the stairs. Finally ready to go yourself. As Kroven and I have been sitting there falling asleep in the chairs. Hey, it didn't ask about me. I'm just saying, how would you be able to judge whether or not I take longer than Lily? Because like anything like family oriented, we're going to like Easter or Christmas, something like that. It's definitely you. I'm already in whatever I'm wearing. I don't need to find anything.
Because
I'm ready to go any minute.
That's because I have to prepare all of the stuff that we're taking to go. Leon's sitting there ready to go, like watching TV, and I'm like, dogs, did you lock up the house? Do you have all the stuff together that we're taking? And he's like,
yes.
Ah.
Usually the answer is yes. The butthole. Anyway.
Final has a question.
Oh, right. Finals question.
When you plan to go out for dinner, what 2 restaurants would not be on the list of?
If we're planning to go out to dinner.
I mean,
I think I can keep. And this will be the last of the newlywed questions. Move on to the who is it, who does what question. What restaurant would not be...
What, he said what two?
What two? Oh.
I mean, we could just do one.
Plan to go out for dinner, what's not on the menu? You want to go first? That's pretty easy.
Are we...
I wrote my own.
Okay, I wrote mine.
Okay, good. Well, not necessarily. Just what's not on the list. Oh, you didn't get to hear it. It says final. Oh, no! That's... Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Have these sound alerts not been playing?
Well, they only played the one, right?
No, Fred played.
I don't think
They didn't
so.
say anything. Yeah, Fred played Let's Go already.
Well, they probably heard it through the... But no, I forgot when I made this new thing, there's no audio capture. Hold on, let me go to the cam.
Fred says we heard mine.
Because we were on the big cam. I'm sorry. It's because I don't have the speaker output being monitored by the new page.
Fred says, but you guys keep cutting out. Are we cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah, are you guys not hearing us right now? Like, is everything fine, or... Yeah, it's in the speaker sound that I just totally forgot about. You guys are hearing us here, right? Yeah. I hear you right now. Okay, that's fine. But I apologize. I had forgotten that there's no sound capture because I didn't want the video music playing, but I guess it has to be some Kevin MacLeod crap. If it's not, I hope I don't get yelled at. Fingers crossed.
I know you're not supposed to cry over spilled tea, but it's just so sad.
There you go.
Says, yeah, I hear Lily cut out sometimes when she's chat.
Oh, maybe because you're not talking into the mic. All right.
I'm just gonna say, like, someplace typically.
But no, if we're planning to go eat, it ain't fucking fast food. Nothing fast food ever. If it's a planned evening out, we're going somewhere and it's gonna be nice.
Final says, like, right now. Do you have it on?
Yeah, it's on round capture. You're both cutting out. Well, have we been cutting out the whole time?
Final says it cut out for like 5 seconds. Didn't hear Lily.
I turned the gain up a little bit. Let's see if that fixes it. But now you guys will be able to hear the video when we play it, so hopefully it's some... Although, I guess I could just mute the fucking video.
Yeah.
So, for you...
There's... I guess I could give you... There's a restaurant that would be my worst nightmare.
I can't think off, like, the top of my head.
Oh,
But
really?
I would... Because, like, I can't think of what you specifically hate as far as, like, seafood and... Oh! Mongolian Bbq.
Oh, I didn't even think of that one, but yes, that is a restaurant that I hate.
Because just because of the way, like, everybody's picking up, like, raw food everywhere.
Oh!
Or,
So
like,
gross.
Red Lobster or something like Chuck E. Cheese. Who the fuck? How would that have even been on the list in the first
I
place?
don't know. I said it was my worst nightmare.
Why?
Because it's loaded with children.
Oh. Fred said hibachi.
Like,
Yeah,
in general is okay,
but admit it, my pick was better than Chuck E. Cheese.
the Mongolian, when we went there, like, because there's just
for Crobin's birthday.
there's like just so you select all of your ingredients, including like your raw meat and stuff, and like you're just pulling this like gross sloppy chicken out, and there's like the counter is sticky, the floor is sticky, and then they put everybody's food on like one giant grill, so your food like goes where everybody else's ingredients went. And like I tried so hard and I could not eat there.
It tastes good, but I couldn't bring myself. I probably wouldn't go back. So it's such a mess.
For instance, I said hibachi because she did it with other people, and then she said I don't like it either.
Yeah, I mean, with hibachi, you just put you on the end.
Yeah, but like, oh, that
like we could sit as a pair on one side of the chef without other.
But like that, ooh, I really tried, and like I know that Crovin really wanted to go there, so I didn't say anything. But I like couldn't eat my food. Like I was gonna be sick.
Final says Japanese barbecue is better. Mongolian barbecue isn't bad. I just wish that they dealt with all the ingredients.
Like you just went up and you like told them what you wanted.
Like there's people going and then grabbing the fork to stab raw meat and put it on their plate.
And
I'm
there's
like, all right.
grabbers and stuff in there, and you're like touching the like sticky thing that's been sitting in like the raw chicken goop.
We know what you
I'm
meant,
like,
Fred. You're good.
Oh!
Yeah. Ew. Oh, Japanese barbecue, you cook your own food. Yeah. I've seen that.
What's the point of going to a restaurant if you
Well, they
have to
serve you
cook
all.
it?
They serve you all the ingredients, but they like give you like a hot pot to like dip food in, and you can like pick between like the soy sauce or miso and.
Home. I don't want to cook my own food at a restaurant.
It's kind of cool. It's just kind of more of like one of those things you pay for the experience, having fun.
Closet, like never open. But he's like, oh,
He's looking
there's
for
stuff I have not sniffed in.
All right, next question. Do you guys want to hear the like weird background cloud music? Who controls the remote? Japanese barbecue grill is in the middle of the table. You're talking about hot. Okay, I'm talking about a hot pot. Japanese barbecue is different, and it's worth it because the cuts of beef are higher quality. Maybe one day we'll give it a shot. So who controls the remote? We just reveal on this one.
Okay. I said both of us do, but more. Because we'll, like, both, like, watch.
Yeah, every once in a while, like, whoever's got the remote, pretty much.
Yeah, but, like, you're usually the one, like, picking.
Because I'm usually the first one awake, so I pick what's on TV. Lately, it's been a YouTube channel called How It's Actually Made, which is pretty funny. Who said I love you first? We already covered that.
Yep.
Who spends the most time on social media? Fred says, great, now I have to pee. I mean, if we're on your phone, you can just take us with you. We're never gonna know. But wash your damn hands.
Ow.
She doesn't tell us we don't. Ready? Go! Nah, I see you.
But
You stalk people. You dig around for stupid videos.
I, however, do not own a smartphone. So the only time that I'm on social media is when I'm at home, and I'm not on it every day at home either. You are on it when you're out in public as well.
I still think you spend more time than me. Because I spend a few minutes go, all right, I'm out of shit to look. Throw my phone away. I've even left my phone at home because I don't care to see. Most recently, the Will Smith slap, and just everything about it was just...
Fred says, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my mother.
Ah, what a weird conversation
And
that
Fred
becomes.
said that would be Leon.
That would be Leon? No. I don't. I really don't. I don't spend more time on social media. I spend, like, maybe 1 whole hour total a day.
No,
And that's scattered.
it's more than that.
Nah. Like,
Because we'll be watching a movie and I look over and you're playing on your phone.
I'm usually actually playing a game. Right now, it's Solitaire is my big... Like, I just pull up Solitaire. And it's the ADHD, gotta fidget, gotta do something. You'll... Like, when you look over and you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Playing Punch Club or something. I'm usually not actually looking at social media because I don't even know what to do with it.
And says I spend maybe 5 to 7 hours on it daily. Woo!
That's a lot. Tending to my OnlyFans. See, and I will give you points only if chat decides what they consider
Hunter's
social media. Like monitoring my own Discord and Twitch, I refuse to allow you to count. That's me actually doing something.
But it's social media that counts. I won't count like YouTube. Like
I was
just
gonna
watching videos.
Watching YouTube or hang out in somebody's stream, I don't think counts.
But monitor, like being on Discord, like
I don't even spend that much time on Discord.
Doing that kind of thing is.
It says I need to find your page. Finally. Whoa! Hey, easy now. Creepy. Fred, come on.
Calm down.
If it's weird for Cosby to do shit, like, all right, Cosby did.
What are you talking about? That's a paid service.
Aged. No, that age difference is creepy. Finals fantasies. That's great. Who is the better cook? I feel like we gave this one away. Yeah, we already gave this one. I'd love to leave chat to like guess on it and stuff.
This.
What?
Snap it in half. All hands.
Batman hands?
I don't know. I'm changing my mind.
Who is the messiest? All right, chat. Who do we feel is the messiest?
Fred says, kinda.
Kind of. Who do we feel is the messiest?
Fred says,
Well, I also say Lily.
me too.
Francis, but you are a close second. No, Croven's a close second. I'm way neater than Croven.
I mean, you can be messy too, but in your own way. I'm way messier.
I'm messy in that ADHD. If I put something inside like a box or a drawer, I'll forget it exists. So
something will like sit on the counter for like 10 years. And I'm like, what are you doing with this? You're like, oh, I forgot it was there. I'm like, it's literally in plain sight.
Final says, I'm messy as fuck. Lily's the messiest fuck one here.
Yeah.
Awful trying to keep
No
up
doubt
with
about it.
Pile of water bottles. Who is the most forgetful? Who is the most forgetful?
That's kind of a tough one.
Gossip. Who's the most forgetful, guys? Who do we think? Final saying Leon? What do you think, Fred? Who's the most forgetful? I don't know. I forget. All right, so I said me.
I said you as well.
So the reason why it becomes a tough one, and this isn't something anyone else would know, but like Lily forgets like movies and like if I remember something, I remember it forever.
I feel like you're more like useless
Long.
knowledge remembering and more forgetful like day to day.
I would say long term versus short term, kind of flip flop. Like I've got the long term memory down. You have short term memory. Because like, Cheryl, we're not even playing games today. Fuck off. Anyway, literally. So, for example, maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, Lily comes over and tells me, "Hey, we didn't live together." And just like, I got this movie we gotta watch, and she puts on the movie Warrior, starring Tom Hardy and Joel Edger. Yeah, Joel Edgerton. And it's a really good movie. It's pretty awesome. Pythagor what?
Pythagorean theorem. Go.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Pythagorean theorem refers to how to solve sides you can't measure. Anyway, sorry, I actually had to use that for work at one. Anyway, so Lily shows me the movie Warrior. Lily shows me the movie Warrior. And cool. I loved it. It was a great movie. I remembered everything about it. It was pretty awesome. Cut to literally last month. And I come home and Lily is watching Warrior. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is a great movie. And you're like, wow, you've seen it before? And I just start looking at her very concerned.
Like, it's a long time ago and I watched it once.
Well, no, your whole answer was, I've never seen this. I'm like, lady, you showed it to me. You showed me this movie. So, like, there's a lot of things that Lily doesn't like. If we go see a movie tomorrow, I could recap the entire events from memory. Just,
I mean, that's your short.
It is, but it's basically I have a much more selective memory.
Yeah, like
than you do. I guess is a good, better way to say it.
I'm better at remembering like day-to-day things, but kind of like the quote-unquote like useless knowledge things.
You keep calling it useless. Not the right way to put it.
Who was in what movie and what part they played is not like... And like Leon will quote movies and stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh yeah, we watched that movie like a couple months ago. I was like, yeah, like once. I don't remember anything they said.
I don't know. Sometimes things just come to me. Flush Rush.
I do remember that because we like talked about it a lot.
So it's kind of an argumentative part, but I would argue me on ultimately being more forgiving. Who is the most affectionate? Final says, if I go watch a movie tonight, I couldn't tell you what kind of candy I had tomorrow. I'll remember what kind of candy I had. I'll remember what I wore. I'll remember what the movie was.
I sometimes don't remember what I ate for breakfast. Like, I have to think. Final says Leon. Fred says Leon.
Who is the most affectionate? Who is the most affectionate? Ready? It's Winston.
He's the most desperate.
Final says Leon looks like he favors cuddles. LOL, I don't like being touched. Yeah, I don't. Physical contact, just another way to just express. So.
And I'm like, why are you touching me? Like, is that a problem? I'm like, yeah, but why?
If it's not a problem, I'm gonna touch you. I can be huggy. I can be.
You
all
like
kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
touch people on the shoulder and stuff, and I'm like, where's the 10-foot pole?
Final says I get annoyed when a hug lasts too long.
Yes.
I get annoyed when hugs last too long. Who snores the loudest? Well,
Fred says Leon is a cuddler, always has been.
who do we believe snores the loudest out of the two of us?
Don't you dare write a dog.
Lily, I hear it in Houston, he says. Fred says Croven. Ready?
Yeah.
Nashu.
Oh, it is not.
Alright, up. Loudest is probably me, and I guess that is the question.
Yes.
You snore way more often.
Probably, but you're over there like, you like stop breathing for a second. You're over there like, and I'm like, Jesus, the drapes are gonna get sucked in.
Meanwhile, you're just kind of like, it's like sleeping with a cartoon.
That's because I talk in my sleep. That's not snoring, that's talking.
There are often times I don't snore at all when we.
Fred says Final says I snore loudly, and then Fred says Lily snores more because Leon doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Final says I sing in my sleep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Alright, who made the first move? Who do we think made the first move between the two of us? Come on, chat. Don't be shy. Everybody get on in here. Final says Lily. Leon seems like he was too shy for the first move. Ready?
Yep.
Was me.
It was.
It was.
You like followed me around for a while.
Well,
That sounds creepy, but we were like in high school and stuff, and like doing.
I'm gonna preface out that too. I'm prefacing everything tonight. What was the move? Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, First of all, we were in high school together. Lily's senior year.
I know this. Whoa, stalker much?
Lily, it's her senior year. It's my junior year, so I'd have one more year.
Yeah, Leon's younger.
Mm-hmm. And basically, we had a lot of aligning classes. So like, we were in the same hall first period. Brain's remembering that we weren't in the same class. We were but we were in the same hall. You're one classroom over. So you, me, and our other buddy Alex would always walk to the next class together. Which, for both of us, was art. But you had a different teacher.
My art was like.
Not first. Well, no, because you had to go into Madiaski's. Right then and there.
That was first period.
Yes, we
Yes,
came from the social studies hall up to art. Because then I would walk with Alex down to the computer lab after.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You are thinking of your junior year, because I remember that specifically because Alex and I, after we'd leave you at the one art class, would go down to the other end of the hall, and I'd go into the computer lab there, and he would head, I think, to Dodson or whatever. But either way, then I wouldn't see you for 2 periods. But then we'd run into each other again in the science hall, because we were right across from you. Like, I wouldn't run down to art and catch you again, because it just didn't make sense. But, so we were always around each other, and there's a little bit of a story to this in general. Leon.
Final says Leon saw Lily in 2nd grade and said to him, I must have her. She will be mine as we.
It was more like in Prince of Persia. Remember the first Prince of Persia game? The 3D one, not like the OG, where there wasn't even a female. It was just like Ah, yes. I will marry her. That'll tame her insolence. Just.
It didn't.
So at the time, Lily was already in a relationship,
Yes.
which I
We're
was
not
not.
going to go into all that.
Not all the
but-
details, but I was not aware of that. It didn't come across. We'll just put it that way. There was a lot of not taking the relationship seriously that was going around.
There was.
So Leon then followed Lily at every waking moment, the longing for her increasing as the years went on. Yeah, it's basically the show You, but it worked out. I got lucky. Anyway, they broke up towards the end of the year, so post Christmas.
Yeah, that was like right before.
Yep,
actually.
that was right before prom, and I was kind of the mind. I'm like, all these like school function shit. It's always stupid. Prom's dumb. School dances are dumb. I don't go to any of that crap. And I don't know. I didn't see a lot of point in it. And I'd voiced that opinion like months before You broke up and stuff. But it stuck to you because at one point, the reason I brought up our friend Alex is you mentioned you were going to take him to prom. You're like, maybe I'll see if Alex wants to go. And it was that morning. We used to break into the little like theater. LGI is what we called it, but it was like the actual school theater. Auditorium, I guess, is a more grasping word. Finally saw.
You finally saw her on her horse and said, "Oh yeah, that definitely needs to be mine."
So literally, that was the first thing that happened. We go through our first two classes. I go to math. That's right, because it's third period, and you said that you're like, yeah, maybe I'll see if Alex wants to go, and I kind of like nodded my head, like,
Yeah,
I
okay.
get it. Yeah. Gotta go. Like, what are you gonna do? Go alone? That's dumb. And I go through my first. You and I walk out of social studies all the way to the corner where art is. And I head down to the computer.
No, that's not.
And
Sorry.
well, like 3 periods later, so maybe about 3 hours later. LOL, one day I will write your biography. I can't wait to read it. It's gonna be amazing. There will be unicorns and manticores,
Like
I'm
this
sure.
horse.
Yeah. And sorry to make a long story long, but I get to third period and I'm sitting there with my best friend in the world, and I'm like, the fuck am I doing? And he's like, you just kind of, what? What do you mean? The teacher yelled at me because I said that out loud. I was like, I'm sorry. I was realizing something. And I was like, I'm going to ask Sarah to prom with me.
Final says, I went to prom.
I only went once.
I went to prom twice.
I only went for our senior prom, and then
Well, my senior.
your senior prom, and I didn't want to go to my prom because I didn't want to put up with my class. No one I knew was going to be there. It would just been us in a corner, not enjoying the company we keep. But yeah, I looked at him and just like, I gotta ask her. Like, I gotta do it. He's like, why? I'm like, well, she said she was gonna ask Alex, and I'm like, and I just got this feeling like I gotta do it. And I think maybe fifth period, I was finally like, would you like to go to prom?
Final says, I got asked as a sophomore, a junior, and then my own. Said, oh, y'all weren't in the same graduating class?
Nope. No.
Leon is younger than me.
Yep, by almost a whole year. So
10 months.
Yep. And so that was the first move story. Sorry, it wasn't anything like drastic, but I was basically I was the guy sitting there not getting it. Cause like you brought up prom to me that morning and you're like, that's all you wanted to talk about. But you didn't want to talk about it with anyone. Because Jeff was already going with his girlfriend at the time. Luca found someone to go with him.
And then I was like, now I'm like recently single and like I don't want to miss my senior prom. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go and I'd like to go with somebody.
So like nobody else wanted to talk about it. Alex wasn't there that morning. I forget what he was up to.
And I said, wow, LOL, cradle robbing Lily. Okay.
She is though. Come on. Seriously. Anyway,
Yeah, total
straight
cougar
cougar,
over
yeah.
here.
But that was kind of the story, because like you were dropping massive hints, and I don't know what it is that took me all day to be like,
Well, and I had like mentioned it to you, and you were kind of like, "Ugh, school
Ugh,
dance, prom,
prom,
ugh,"
yeah.
and I was like, "Okay, fine,
yeah.
I'll ask somebody else."
You're like, maybe I'll see if Alex like you. That's all you wanted to talk about, and I was just sitting there like, huh. And it took, and you and I hung out the rest of the day, at least like up until third period, and I just remember sitting there going, "You idiot! What have you done?" It's basically.
Mistakes have been made.
And that's our Who Made the First Move story. Who spends the most money? We've been through that, yeah. You. Who is the better driver? This isn't who has the worst driving record.
That's taken into account.
This is who is the better driver right now. Who's the better driver? Fred says, ha ha ha, ha, Leon. Yes, me. You keep writing with 2 L's. Why do you add an L when you shorten your name?
Yes.
No, it's me.
It's not.
You drive more careful if like the ponies are involved, but I have. Fred says, Leon.
Leon has been in more accidents than I have that were his fault.
2. That's 1 more than you. Whoopee.
And there was not actually.
I only damaged my vehicle the 1 time. And it was when I was like 18 and freshly. You, on the other hand, have massacred so many mailboxes.
I hit 1
2.
mailbox.
Hit 2 mailboxes.
I like destroyed 1 mailbox.
Yeah, the second one won. The second mailbox won.
To be fair, I thought there was a loose horse, and there was.
Yeah. The first time it was just a spider, though.
It crawled out! There was an ambulance coming, so I was trying to like pull off to the side of the road while still watching the spider, and I took my mirror off on a mailbox. Final says, LOL, I was stunning for my prom.
Stunting.
Okay.
Showing off.
My ex-girlfriend and I just broken up like a month before prom, so I asked a friend of mine. I was rebuilding a crashed BMW I had bought that I wanted to take to prom. Then I went and rented a white suit and pulled up next to her, and her shitty date at prom, lol, she couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, keep staring, heifer.
Jeez. I mean, at least I will say it would have been a much weirder scenario had your ex come to prom after you broke up.
Yeah. I didn't
But-
want to go anyway. That
yeah.
was like a kicker. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to my senior prom.
Yeah. She didn't want to go, and
Yeah.
being kind of a dick. And there were other factors, but we don't have to get in the whole story.
No.
They're shitty anyway. You. For you, that we'll put it that way. They were a shitty choice for you. Fred says, I didn't go to my prom. Pouty faces for Fred. Alright, that's enough of that. Moving on. Who is the most organized? Just skip that question.
Sure.
No, realistically, that's like exactly what I answer it. Who is the most organized?
Final Scissor after prom was a lock in at Dave and Buster's until 7 a.m.
God damn, I wish ours was at fucking Dave and Buster's.
Ours was a lock in as well.
Ours was a lock-in, and it was at this local sports park, which was okay. They had some stuff set up for everybody to do, but it was until like 4 fucking a.m.
Yeah, you couldn't get out. Like, my dad
They-
even came to pick us up because I was, like, literally falling asleep on the floor, and they would not let us go to him.
They wouldn't let you leave alone either. They wouldn't let your father take you home.
Yeah. They wouldn't let me go to my dad, which now looking back on it, I'm sure if we made a fuss about it, they couldn't have kept me.
I was going to say, they
but-
legally could not keep.
And Croven says, I didn't go either,
To be-
and Fred is saying Lil.
Legally, they couldn't keep you anyway. You're 18. It doesn't matter what you sign. You can leave. No amount of paperwork allows you to be a captive.
Yeah.
And you were 18, so you could have walked the fuck out and given them the finger. All right, so who do we think is the most organized? Me. Because, like...
I am not necessarily, like, at home so much, which is why I can see you say that. But, like, when I am at work or something of that nature, like, I'm extremely organized when it comes to, like, that sort of thing and, like, what needs to be done when and making sure you don't mess up and, like, because for my job, I take care of, like, 14 old horses that need, like, a bazillion different things done to them. And if I were not organized, I would never know what was going on.
I used to have to keep track of all of my, like... I used to have to keep track of jobs.
Fred says Leanne can't find shit. That is very true.
That can be true. But I do think when it comes down to, like, what I need to do any given day, I'm on it. Like, I'm aware of when the lawn needs mowed, trash needs to go out this day or that day, it's recycling or it's not. We're running out of groceries. Like, when it comes to a big overall picture, I do think I have you beat just by, like, a margin.
I always know,
I know when my oil changes
I'm
due,
more
your oil
organized,
changes due.
like, in planning things, though. Like, if we're, like, going to something and we have to take a bunch of stuff, like, I'm planning the night before and making sure we have everything and making sure it's, like, set out and ready to go.
Well, funny enough, I think it basically comes out to a flip of our memory issue. I'm more prepared on a day-to-day.
But I'm a
more
planner.
Organized on a day-to-day.
Yeah. Fred says, I agree.
Is like, God, I'll put it this way: if I can't find something, we will find it. If you can't find something, somehow you threw it in fucking Narnia and it won't show up for weeks. So, when it comes to organization,
I don't lose things very often.
But when you do, goddamn, do you lose them?
It doesn't make me less organized.
And what's worse is when we find it, it's always in the well. All right, so my clothes are actually put away more often than not. My dishes are usually in the dishwasher.
I'm a better planner. I'm more organized in that way. Like, day to day, not as much, but, like, events, stuff like that, I'm always, like, out and, like, writing stuff.
So, yeah, so it's kind of more of a matter of who will get you somewhere on time and who actually has their shit together on a date. Like, I'm just prepared. Already. Who is the better dresser? That's a toughie.
I mean, the answer used, but not as much anymore.
Well, yeah, like, I would say we could, like, discount work when it comes to it. Like, we're talking about what you choose to wear. Who is a better dresser? You're right. Uh-huh. No, I just kind of smudged something as I was writing in cursive now. Fred says, I will go Lily. What do we say, folks? Fred saying Lily? Reveal? I'd argue it is me. But only by the margin that when we actually have to go somewhere, like, nice, I am to the 9.
I would say the reason I voted against myself is because, like, if we're not going somewhere, I'm more the person that's gonna sit in the house in my pajamas. Where you always get dressed.
Yeah. I will get dressed for them. Final says, alright, bro, I'm hungry as fuck now, so I'm gonna get some Whataburger. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Love you both. I think we're probably just gonna finish this video as quickly as possible here.
And yeah,
we'll be
then
done. But this was pretty fun. Do look forward to us doing some media share streams in the future where we'll, like, you know, show us your funniest content that you enjoy. Or we'll do quizzes where me and Lily will play against each other and the chat, and we'll do chat polls to decide what the chat's ultimate answers are. And I'm just looking forward to, like, turning a different leaf with the streams and doing, like, a little more non-gaming content. I hope I never have to change our name, though, because rebuilding that Red Grim...
Nah, we're not gonna change.
Well, like Red Grim Media, Red Grim Entertainment, Red Grim
just
something.
leave it alone.
But no, we're predominantly
Fred says,
gaming.
I am also. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon here.
But this video is only another 4 minutes. 3 minutes, actually. Who does the grocery shopping? Ready? I'm gonna say, dare you to fight me on this one.
I will not if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Unless if there's...
Final says, let's watch DBZ abridged. I'll have fun with that.
The only time I go grocery shopping is if there's literally nothing.
Fred says, yeah, but with you 4 minutes is 45. No. We'll quicken it up. We'll pick up the pace here.
We'll quit telling so many stories.
Yeah, if we can find 1 or 2, like, forgive us, but we'll try to, like, keep it storyless. We wanted to do this for our anniversary, and we didn't get to. Who is the most competitive? Ready? Ha! It's you.
It's me.
Because you're stubborn.
Once I get into something, I'm like, no, I'll die before I quit.
Red guessed it was me. No, it's definitely Lily.
I have played Monopoly for like 5 hours.
What were we? Was it Monopoly?
The day that, like, you and me and...
Your parents.
No, it was, Shane.
Yeah, okay.
He finally, like, went home because we had played Monopoly for, like, 5 hours.
Well, like, so, get this. I own most of the board at this point. Just by happenstance. I have most of it. I've got hotels on fucking everything. Lily's down to, like, 3 properties or something.
Like, no, I still have a dime left to my name.
And I'm like, holy fuck. And you're like, forget what it was, but you landed on something, and it came to exactly one of your property amounts, and you're like, here! And I'm like, just quit. Jesus Christ, it's not getting better. Do you not see you're not only in the coffin, but we've already buried you? Who has the best taste in music? Ready? I say me. You have things that you, like, shut your brain off to, and you won't listen to, that I still think are good. Like, mine's just much more broad, and...
I don't think it makes it better taste. I don't really like parody songs and stuff like that. Like, those are things that I don't...
Well, and I wouldn't even necessarily say, like, parody music, but, like, like Fred said, Leon, but I think a lot of it is that I'm a bit more discerning, too. Like, I will listen to a broader range of things, but I will not listen to 2 fucking songs that sound. Meanwhile, I think you could listen to, like, Five Finger Death Punch, his entire discography. Fine.
See, my thing is, like, if I like one song and another song sounds almost exactly the same as that song, it's still the same song, so I still like it.
I'll just pick the one that's better written and throw the other one away for eternity.
I just like them both.
But I also have, like, some hip-hop taste and stuff you don't like. Who is the funniest?
That's actually a tough one.
A little. Who's the funniest between us? I do think it's me.
Because, like, I feel like I do come out with, like, some really funny stuff once in a while, and it's usually kind of surprising and, like, absolutely hilarious, but I feel like you
No, please, be more humble.
No, but, like, I feel like you try on, like, a regular basis, though, to, like, be funny.
And I do think I land a lot more than I miss.
Yeah, and you succeed at it, whereas I just don't really, like, try that hard to be.
Not to mention, you're not always trying to be funny when you are funny. Sometimes you're just trying to be mean. Who is the most creative? Lily's just over here dying. Let me know when you're ready. Aw. Fred said it was you. I think it's both of us. I think we have very different talents when it comes to creativity.
Yeah.
Fred says that's a tough one. Yeah, it is I would say
feel like you do more creative things, like you do more, like, phrase that to sound right. Like, you have more hobbies that are creative.
I think it comes down to, like, when it comes to, like, who is the most creative. I think it's just basically we have different strengths and weaknesses and very similar stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you could out paint, could out draw me. But the minute we get, like, onto something digital, I can, like, we're playing with GIMP. I can spank
That
you.
will never not
I
be
can
funny.
spank you every time. I wanted to say it like that. But, like, then I have, like, fabrication stuff that you don't
Okay,
really
next
get to
question.
do that
We were
kind of
just
thing.
quick.
Yeah. But just, like, it's different. Who is the best at directions? I'm not even gonna write it down. It's me. That's not even, like, a question. You could be telling Lily, like, all right, so you're gonna drive down. You're going to go out here onto Lost Nation and head down, and you're gonna take a left, and then at the first light you'll take a right, and she will call you within 5 minutes, going, "That wasn't good enough."
Did I turn? What's on the corner? What?
Meanwhile, you could give me a general description of your area, and my brain's like, I think I know how to get
And
there.
I'm like, never mind, I see it now. I didn't get there yet.
Somebody will be like, I'm in Parma Heights at a BP. I'm like, well, what's around you? And just like, well, I see, like, a Jersey Mike's and, like, there's some apartments. I'm like, pretty sure I know where you are, and I'll show up in about a half hour.
I'm like, I've been to a place 3 times, and I still don't know how to get home. Next question.
Yep. Like, we can't even joke about it. I mean, we can. We're gonna. But... Who books the holidays? Poke my finger with the red marker a few dozen times. Yeah, let's just do that. Anyway. Ready?
Lele!
And I drew a little butt with this one.
What?
It's on your name.
Yeah, I do all of like the booking flights, hotels, organizing, that kind of.
Brett says that's not a fair question. I mean, well, like to be perfectly honest, when it comes to like thinking of actual traveling, um, most of the traveling we've done has been kind of planned and set, known. Like you're supposed to
Yeah.
be at this hotel, blah blah blah. When it came to like when we went to Australia, we had to find our own hotel. I am the one who found the hotel we were going to use, but I left all the booking up to you so that because you have way more. If either of us has any criteria for
Yeah.
how we're gonna stay somewhere, it's you.
And
I'm
like
perfect.
I've booked all the flights and stuff, and
I just want to be able to cook wherever we're going. So if you put me in a shoebox, as long as there's a stove, I'm good. But we always traveled together, so like, it's always been kind of like a system. Who swears the most? Ready?
yeah.
Fred. No,
Leon.
between the two of us, it's definitely me.
Yeah.
I've been working on it, kind of. Like I don't.
I don't swear all that much.
No, you don't. And when you do, I like don't even notice. Because you do it in the weirdest, less punctuating places. You don't do what I punctuate like it's poetry. Like my swear words just have to be in exactly these right pivotal places.
And
So
I'm over here like, what the shit?
it's all about fucking impact, and that's yeah. Meanwhile, you just kind of like every once in a while it just slides out. Who is the smartest?
A weird question.
That's a like fighting question for some couples. Fred just said Leon. Fred just no fucking chill with Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
I'm kidding. That's what she said it to a previous
Oh.
question.
She says I declined to answer.
Ready?
I said both of us, but in different ways.
I think when it comes to like overall, like if you're just talking about overall knowledge,
Fred doesn't know.
I know.
It didn't ask how knowledge. It asked who's the smartest.
I think in like when it comes to scenarios, situations, I think I'd be like
I'm
9
more
times.
book smarty.
Yeah, I think 9 times out of 10 I'm faster at coming up with a solution, and I'm going to be clever about it. There's going to be some ingenuity involved. Things are like, and I can do it pretty much immediately. And then like science, math, I think I've got you beat like kind of mostly just kind of like on this little fringe overall, but I do think there's a lot of stuff you definitely blow me away at. You have more relevant knowledge to what you do and how you live. And I think I just kind of have like a huge like spectrum of
Just going back to the being humbled.
Brett has know that Leon sorry. I don't know, it just popped up on mine. Yeah, I had a delay.
Alright, next question. Gotta get through. Tired.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
Who chooses the gifts? You. Weddings.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's always you. Who changes the light bulbs? I don't think I've ever seen you touch a light.
I have, but at work, not here.
Who organizes date night? Depends on the date. Ready?
Yeah.
Really? I'd say both.
Usually it's you. Like once in a while I'll have a very specific like idea of like something that I want to do,
You're-
and then we execute it. But like,
I guess from that perspective, because I read too much into the word organizes. I was like, who organizes? Probably both, because it depends on what the date is. But when it comes to who actually like decides what we're doing and where we're going, and
yeah,
it's me.
like once in a while, I'm like, let's do this, but
Because, hey gentlemen, how does this sound familiar wise? Sweetie, what do you want to do tonight? Hello. How often do you hear that?
you want some more red dots? Next question.
You threatening to stab me or just poke me with a marker? Who is the most high maintenance? Quiet, you. Who's the most high maintenance? Ready? It's you.
I wouldn't say by like that wide
not like-
of a margin, because I'm not that high maintenance, but I'm a
Compared,
little bit more than you are.
I was gonna say, compared to me, it's noticeably, but not like. I wouldn't put you in a high maintenance category. Like I, totally fine with my day being. My hair ain't right, whatever. Fred said Leon, but no, you're wrong. It's Lily. Who is the most romantic? Ready?
Yep.
I'm sitting here talking about how these lovely dark pools of her eyes are mesmerizing the night sky, and Lily's like, "Heh, I like your face."
Fred said Leon. Yeah. I'm like, ew, gross. Talk to me.
Who makes breakfast in bed?
I mean, nobody. Hint.
That's literally what I was gonna write. My bed's not in the fucking kitchen. Just was gonna
But
be.
if somebody was gonna do it, it would be a Leon.
Yeah, it's me. I did do it many times in our relationship. Brett says that would be messy.
Full griddle and everything.
I mean, I have a griddle I could plug in over the bed, but you'd have to be very still while I make pancakes. Who orders the takeaways?
Takeout food.
Yeah. Me. Yeah.
If I don't have
You
to
don't-
talk to people,
Talk to people, text anybody,
I'll text.
Get on an
I
app.
just don't want to talk.
get on an app. I do think that's it. Turn to your partner and tell them 3 reasons why you love them. No. Takeaways, weird. Yeah, like that.
It's just another form of takeout.
But yay, we got to. So I've got my media chair set up. We do have like more. Obviously, like look at this. We got all these more questions.
50 deep questions to ask your partner. Oh god.
Oh my. We'll save that for next time or OnlyFans. You never know.
What country are these questions? A lot of places call it takeout.
Yeah. Oop. Apparently, the Control 2 command also did a thing on. But I'm closing that now. We're done. That's it. We did it. We had our little anniversary stream. I had fun. Lily's fucking showing off her feet for all the internet again.
Alright.
Because she has no shame.
I have very little shame, in fact.
But I'm glad you all came. Thank you so much to Tipwee Final Fantasy Nerd Russ if you're still hanging out here. I appreciate you guys being here for this. We did want to celebrate just in some way on stream for fun because we skipped our anniversary entirely, and then I had trouble getting this working the way it is. And
Fred says that was fun.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So next time we do like a media share thing, which we're gonna finish In Sound Mind because that game is really good. So
it is
far.
good. Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind throwing these in every once in a while and like pulling up quizzes or what most people do with media share is react humor, where basically on Discord I set up a thing called the media share file where you guys could just drop YouTube videos and I could sit here and just click them and just make them play.
I'm kind of boring to watch react to stuff though, because I'm not like surprised or disgusted or scared by much.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna play y'all one more thing. One thing. Just because of how Lily's saying that, I just want to prove her wrong. Real quick. Lily, close your eyes.
hurry up! I want to go to bed,
I know.
and I'm hungry. Probably gonna eat a granola bar.
Now that I know.
That's why there's like a bazillion granola bar wrappers in my bedside table drawer.
Why aren't they just in the garbage?
Because I ate them in bed and then I went to sleep. I didn't take.
Sorry, I left a bunch of things.
I never.
Well, I needed to reopen
Because
YouTube. That's the problem.
my friends. Fred says, you know my first one. Yeah, I'm not a cat. Fred says, me.
Well, it's gonna have to be that one.
Fred says, how do you not have bugs? I eat all of the granola bar, and Atlas probably eats.
Can you chug a spark?
Ah!
So just
I heard it!
just real quick.
This is the funniest video I've ever seen in my entire life.
So
What do I do?
just this. Well, Lily's like, I'm not fun to watch react content to. Just
Sparkling water and not burp? Oh my gosh. What do I do? Can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
Fred says, love it!
Chris says, how do you not have bugs?
I just said it.
What? Did you answer?
Yes.
Okay.
I said Atlas.
Yeah. Here we go again. Just.
Oh my gosh. What do I do? Can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
We could literally be here for the next hour and she will still be dying
I found
that
this
much.
video months ago, and sometimes I think about it and I start like,
Oh my gosh.
Right about here is when he realized he fucked up.
What do
He realizes the burp must come out somewhere, and what will he
I
do?
do?
Oh!
Can you chug a sparkling?
all right, we gotta
Yeah.
go.
I just on you saying like I'm not really fun to watch react stuff to.
No, but I mean, there's like a lot of videos where people are like shocked by things, and I'm like, you know, whatever.
But like that's mostly what people are gonna do is send us funny stuff. I'm gonna add some funny stuff to my own. And we're going on a raid now. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. You guys have been great. Just want to make sure everything good, this still works. So off on a raid. Who is going to get it? I don't know who. I don't know what's up. Or who's playing what. Out of everybody we have ever raided before.
That one.
That one. We're gonna raid Apocalyptic Realm. They're playing No Man's Sky. Everybody go say hi to Todd for me. Give him all the love and whatever you could possibly like all the love you've given us. Because we are going to bed and we don't want to. You get the idea. Here we go. They're playing No Man's Sky. Please enjoy, and we'll see you guys next time. 13 years! You've been with me For 13 years. How did you do it? I mean, I know you got into drinking wine lately, which you never
gotta
did
do
before.
something.
How did I put up with you for 13 years?
I'm a treasure.
Oh, you're serious. Bye, everybody. Love you guys, and I will see you next time. And
No, you won't.
Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, tschüss. Ja, bitte, wir seid tot sehens. Dos Vedanya. Au revoir. Sayonara. And get out of our fucking house.